Uncheck. There it goes. TGI Friday, everybody. What's going on? Players, how are you?
Ready to get it done.
Yeah.
Good.
Streamland. Looks like we might have a couple of visitors tonight. I don't know. It's gonna Friday nights are always busy. Marbania's streaming. Dave over at Fantasy Grounds is running his deal. Even Jingo's wife's competing against this stream. What's up with that?
Yes. She's been dominating her Friday nights. She told me, I'm going to kill you if you bleed over into my stream. And I probably will anyways because I get loud when I role play, but she's used to it by now because I always
Well,
play D&D. So I
s-
always play something on Friday nights.
since you quit using the Yeti, she's become quieter, so you can't hear the
Oh, no, no,
refrigerator.
she only just started. She, I'm glad that she's not, you know, we've got this game called Phasmophobia. It's a ghost hunter game, and it's pretty fucking scary. It's a good thing she's not playing that tonight, or you'd think somebody was murdering her. Gets pretty loud.
So it's Friday. What's today's date? October 9th, 2020. 2020. And we are in jungles of Chult. Actually, they just set foot on the jungles of Chult uh, last session as they got escaped from a sinking ship. They're not sure why they were on the ship yet. They haven't remembered all that yet. But they landed on shore and they're trying to finish surviving. And they found a dinghy that had some tents in the bottom of it, and they set up the tents. They started a fire. They started exploring the jungles, and and they ran into some snakes and stuff. But since we got a player that's got a little company and he's going to be a little bit late, let's drag our feet a little bit and we'll do some player introductions and stuff like that. Why don't we start with Bass? Why don't you tell us a little bit about Warwick, your character? We can't hear you.
It's been
and
a bad week for microphones.
it's it's I had a at least last session. We didn't have a glitch. I got everything going. It was fumbling around last session.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, there we go.
So, Warwick is a half orc whose father was a great warrior, and his goal in life is to fill his father's shoes, basically. Um, through luck and a bit of um, what's the word here? Um, well, right now, unfortunate situation that we're in. He still doesn't know who he is, but yeah, his dad killed a great ancient dragon and was rewarded with the friendship of a gold dragon. And his offspring of the dragon and myself became very good friends. And we were supposed to be on the ship together, but apparently something happened to my friend, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So where was your character when when before he got on this boat?
Well, me and Lucy, the young gold dragon, were on our way to. Oh my gosh, the jungle here to try to
Chult
meet up with a um, guide who's going to bring us on to some ancient ruins,
was
where there was rumored to have some
is,
problems that I was going to try to solve.
is he from Chult or
The guide or
no? No,
war,
Warwick.
the war's not from Joel.
So he arrived here by boat, maybe,
Yeah, he was supposed to, and
or
well, I
was
guess
on a boat before
he
he.
was.
Ah. So he was on a different boat before he got on this boat. Ah, see.
Yeah. See how that works?
Maybe there was some kind of pirate attack or something. Yeah.
I'm more worried about Lucy right now. Poor
Yeah,
Lucy.
what's up, poor Lucy, right? Well, Jingo, tell us a little bit about Smedley.
Well, Smedley had always wanted to be an adventurer. However, his dad, who was a prestigious scholar, was having none of it and made Smedley attend school. So Smedley attended school and studied the things that he wanted to, including jungles. He has read every book and studied every authority on jungles, and as far as books go, he is the foremost authority. And when he graduated from school, rather than become a scholar, he took his meager belongings and set out west for Baldur's Gate to maybe catch a boat to Chult. And the last thing I remember was being in Baldur's Gate, and Smedley is kind of naive, asking around in Baldur's Gate for you know, transportation to Chult because he wanted to go experience the jungle for himself. And he doesn't remember getting on a boat, but now he's here. So while he's worried about his survival, he is secretly very giddy about actually being in a real jungle for the first time in his life.
Well, it just so happens that the boat that Jingo boarded reluctantly in Baldur's Gate was the same boat that Warwick was on. They didn't get to meet each other until this morning. Maybe they saw one another. Nope, didn't happen. So, Matakiri, tell us a little bit about Juku.
All right. Juku is a cleric. He's a very religious turtle. And early on in his young religious life, he developed an interest in worshiping Ubtao, which is the deity of the land of Chult, realizing that both he and everything within Chult were all part of Ubtao. He he decided he was going to take kind of a bit of a pilgrimage and explore Chult to try and kind of find himself and find his path towards Ubtao as he explored. So he spent some time kind of wandering a little bit, and at one point decided he wanted to head over to Port Nianzaru. And as he was wandering along the beach, he found a ship that was willing to pick him up and take him. And that's kind of where he boarded a ship.
Ah, well, it just so happens that the three of you were on the same ship. Now you're beginning to put pieces together. Wait a second. The ship is familiar to everybody. The faces and the people aren't. Oh, Robin, tell us a little bit about Gold Pedal. And was she on the same boat? That's a question.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. So Gold Petal is from Silvery Moon, which is way more north, on the Sword Coast. And anyway, she grew up. She was raised by an elf as her adoptive father, um, and they lived kind of in the forest near Silvery Moon and mind their own business and kind of lived in nature, sort of. And anyways, she had an encounter with an owl bear that for some reason it didn't kill her, even though it could. And she decided that she would spend the rest of her life studying creatures, the creatures of the realms. So she traveled to Waterdeep actually, looking to come to Chult to study the wildlife here in Chult.
And left by ship to get down to Chult?
Yes, I would
Did she,
assume so.
did she arrive in Chult on the ship?
No, I assume maybe something bad happened along the way, and
Ah,
she's not on the ship with the other folks here. A little piracy, maybe, or something.
or the Kraken. Who knows, right? That's some background that you guys are free to fill
Sure.
in a little bit when you want. As we go, and Tane is playing. Tane PD is playing Tane. He's run a little bit late, so we'll catch up with him in a little bit. But let me open up his character because I'm gonna bot him a little bit as we're gonna get into a little bit. Continue where we left off with the top of round 3, and Gold Petal, you're out there fishing for some carnivorous fishes. And you hear some screaming and some commotion in the bushes and the shrubberies behind you. Snakes! That's what I would imagine everyone screams out, right, when you see a snake. Snake! And Smedley looks down, and laying at his feet is some kind of magical item.
Hmm?
Huh?
I will bend down and pick it up.
Why do I click on a button and it's not the right one? Another link. Let me find this stupid table real quick. Magic item table B. There it is. Relink that. Link it there. There it goes. All right, you can roll on that table thanks to Sven in the chat.
Thank you, Sven.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
A wand
hey.
of magic detection. Let me
Ooh.
drop that on your character sheet for you.
Sweet.
Oh, by the way, Robin, your character found Did your character find something?
Yes, you gave me a cap, a hat.
That is actually, if it's party, like the chat buys it, I think it should be ID'd right away. So we will ID that for you. It's a cap of water breathing.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Right? How handy would that be?
It's perfect for me, so I can go talk to the fishes.
Go talk to the
Swim with the
fishes.
swarm of quiffers.
Gonna go talk to the fishes. So let me ID that for you. Inventory. No, not identity. I see the eye and I click.
Mm-hmm.
Cap of water breathing. So the cap,
Nice.
yeah, it's gonna give you a bubble around your head. Bloop. Like you're gonna look like the squirrel on SpongeBob. Yep. Yep.
Sweet.
And so what's oh, let's before we jump into combat or something, let's talk about some survival conditions that are going on. Currently, you haven't taken a long rest. You know you're extremely exhausted. You guys have 3 levels of exhaustion. So with 3 levels of exhaustion, you guys are at half movement. You're at disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. So, I mean, you guys are dragging buttocks. You haven't eaten in a long time. Um, and that's part of the reason you're exhausted, because if you don't eat food after a while, you start gaining levels of exhaustion. And the same with water. If you don't drink enough water, you gain levels of exhaustion. And since this is a jungle survival type of thing, I'm asking for the player's help on this. So how we're going to run it is it's up to you to track your character's food and water every day. And the simplest way I find is when you get a long rest, You have to delete a ration, and you have to delete 2 water skins. Because you're in the jungle, you need to at least consume 2 water skins, which I'm considering as a gallon. So that's 2 gallons of water per day. So it would be up to you guys. Currently, you have none of those things. But Juku, since you went off the port side of the ship, everyone else went off the starboard side. When the ship crashed against the rocks, it split open the hull big time on that side of the ship. And you could, as the ship started, twisting in the water and started going down, you could see into the hold, and you distinctly remember a flash as the ship was being sucked under the water of a bunch of backpacks and gear. And
We,
what's that?
we have hostile fish in the water.
Yeah, you do. So Gold Petal, what's she is she gonna do some more wrangling? Is that what she's doing? We were just letting her
Um,
and Medley just do that, continue doing that.
yeah, we were trying to get fish before they got or when they got attacked by the snakes.
Well,
Um,
give us some of your. Let's see how well you're wrangling these fishes, these
okay.
fish.
Because I was trying to pull them in with Thorn Whip.
Yeah, I don't think you really. I mean, he's like blasting them. You're like grabbing them as they're still flopping around a little and winging them in. I don't think there's much chance of a not hitting. I still think you hit. Uh, I was just waiting for the fumble to see if one comes flying out and hits you in the face or something.
Okay.
That's what I was hoping for. So yeah, so you guys are getting a couple of fish, and the quippers they were trying to eat themselves
Yeah.
as you guys are trying to catch them, and well, so the tide comes in and like the the quippers are trying to eat themselves, and a wave hits and slams them all up into the air, and you can see all these quippers up in the air. And on your next attack, you're going to have advantage on them. Gold Pedal will, and you're going to get like 3 of them in the same one. You're like right out of the air, and you pull some more fish on shore because they
Awesome.
fumbled. Warwick, you're over like finishing up the camp, putting some rocks around the fire, and a snake comes sticking his head out that got stirred up, and you chopped his head off with your freaking chain on your wristband. You like you just like cut it, and now you're running over to the rest of the party that you can hear commotion. Do you want to continue moving? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue moving.
Give us some Dragath.
I can't see my distance on this thing for some reason.
Yeah, it's because it's
35.
yeah, it's you got to zoom in a little. You can oh, you're at half speed. What's your standard movement?
Uh,
35?
30 actually. So
30. So let's back you up 1 square and you're like, oh, I'm so exhausted. I can't. Oh,
right.
oh, I'm so weak.
Can I see that snake there?
Uh, like,
That
like
first one?
see it how like
Like enough to throw a rock at it.
throw a rock at it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it. I mean, it is a snake. It's kind of down in the roots and stuff. I'm gonna give it
Sure.
3/4 cover, a -5 to hit. But yeah,
All right.
and you're gonna have disadvantage because you're exhausted. So
That's all right. I just want to throw something at this thing because
just,
I'm
just,
pretty upset with the situation because a
it,
snake tried to bite me and I don't like snakes.
and you might be a long range, but you can't have double disadvantage. So just check. What do do you have unarmed on your sheet?
Uh,
Just
yes,
just use one
unarmed
of your.
strike.
Just use one of those unarmed strike or your javelin. They're all the same, +5. See if you hit. Oh, you hit. So yeah, do your bludgeoning 4 points bludgeoning with your unarmed strike, and that'll be pretty good for the snake. That's a So the barbarian comes, he like bends over and he scoops up a rock and he does a crocodile Dundee with it. He's like, wow! He hits this snake right in the head. Pop! The snake's like, thud, goes down. It's got a rock stuck in his face.
And again, I'm just gonna let out this horrendous scream at this thing because I'm pretty pissed off at this point.
Yeah.
So it's
See, the snake's like, sees his buddy die. His other buddy's dead. Rocks are flying. Lunch doesn't look so appetizing anymore. So I'm gonna give him a little bit of yeah. Oh well, he's brave. What can I say? He's a brave snake. He's like, screw it. I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna bite. He tries to bite Tane, and Tane jumps out of the way again. And I think Tane's gonna. What did he have for weapon?
Cast Shillelagh or Magic Stone. Cast Shillelagh.
No, you have Sinead already cast. I think you did. Yeah, if I remember correctly, you had already cast it.
Cast, yeah.
So are you ready? You want to hit the snake with your club?
Right now.
Huh?
Unity's
Oh.
updating right now.
Oh, okay. Let me. So he takes a swipe with his Sinead.
Yeah, you have to do it from the spell. You can't do it from your regular attack.
From the spell. Let's see.
Yeah, you have to go in like where you're casting a spell and use the effect from there to attack with it.
Oh, there it is. I think you can actually code it up top too if you wanted to. Easy enough.
I just have it hotkey.
Hotkey's dangerous. Oh, you almost critted him? You're like, and he like ducks, but he doesn't duck enough. As your disadvantage, you still hit. And so you smash the snake's face just totally in with your Sinead. Just like guts and gore go as you kill it. And now you guys have 3 poisonous snakes and 5 fish. As I want to take you guys out of combat.
I want to start dressing the snakes using my claws to cut the head off and start gutting them. And
Yeah, let's start gutting the fish.
We'll start cleaning the fish.
Hold on. Why can't I unlock tokens? You can't do that on the radial menu anymore?
no, it's just right-click anywhere on the map.
Oh, I'm doing it on a token. That's why. Boop, 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 boop. That token should be unlocked. And let's do a little sounds. Tokens are unlocked, yeah? Uh-oh. Froze up.
I'm probably lagging you out.
There we go.
Because he just joined.
Alright, so let's all do one of these. See how we do on our survivals.
Is it in the jungle? But then that I critted.
Yeah, but you have disadvantage because
I don't have disadvantage because I have advantage when I'm in my own my terrain. I just didn't click it because I didn't know.
I should have advantage in my terrain too because mine is also.
So, both of you guys roll a d20. And we'll take the better one. Nope, see, no. Yeah.
I dropped the 20 on the other one. So he's probably over 20 with it.
Well, the success was really, you know, a 10. So there's plenty of you guys success with successes. So yeah, so you guys get some food in you. You have some snake. You have some fish. And does anybody continue eating those berries?
No.
No.
Good, because they're poisonous.
Did any of the fish have eggs that we can use as bait for catching more fish?
Um,
We can just cut up some
No,
fish
but
too.
when we clean the fish, we
Okay.
pull the guts out, and the chum can be
Okay.
Yeah,
used to
snake
attract
guts
more
as well.
fish. Yeah,
snake
we have
gut
snake
or
guts as
snake
well.
guts too.
Intestines. Yum.
Yeah. You guys even find an egg in one of the chickens that's not broken. I mean,
Great heavens.
in one of the snakes, an egg. He ate a whole
Ooh,
egg.
snake egg.
And no,
Delicious.
it's not a snake egg. It's an egg he ate. You
What?
don't know what kind of you don't know what kind of egg it is. He swallowed a whole egg.
Does it look like a bird egg or a reptile egg?
Yes.
Does our
Enough
jungle
for
guide
omelets?
know?
Would
Jungle
would, na-
guides.
would nature
Hmm.
help me identify it?
Me too.
Absolutely. If you guys are all studying this up, whoever's doing it, give me a nature check. It is a bird egg. Not sure what kind of bird. I think it's a decent sized bird because it's a pretty big egg. You know, it's about this big. A little bit smaller than a ping pong. If you guys had to guess, like a pelican or a seagull or something like that.
Dang.
And you hold it up to the fading dawn light, and you don't see that it's solid. It's still like a liquid in it, so it's not a it's still a embryo kind of egg.
It's not fertilized.
Yeah,
Scrambled eggs.
so you guys can eat it if you want. Also, Jing, Juko, you're like, huh? Look at that, and you start seeing the little flicker flashes of fireflies against the backdrop of the jungle. And you think, oh, I know I can find moss easy enough. With some fireflies, I can cast light.
Definitely.
And
I will
when
collect some.
Tane was out searching, he did find a spriggan of mistletoe.
Yay.
That he was looking for.
Yeah, I'll go and gather a bunch of fireflies so we have
So
access to light.
this food and all tastes pretty good, but your lips are so badly chapped and cracked, and you're so dehydrated that you're having a hard time eating it. It's so dry. I mean, to you, you know, you're like, oh, you're so thirsty. You haven't had any water. And you know not to drink the salt water. So what are you guys going to do about
Before,
water?
well, before we go to bed, I want to try and use some of my survival skills to take some of these large leafed plants that we have and see if I can't arrange them in such a way as to catch some water. May not be much, but so that any rain or
Or
any moisture overnight might collect.
Make a rain catcher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to catch it in though? Like, you got anything you can boat?
We have a barrel
Do you have a barrel?
that made
You
it
see it.
shore
You
with
see
us,
it.
didn't
You
it?
see it kind of down further at the beach. It's just kind of rolling around in the surf. You're like, holy shit! That would have
if
Beautiful.
in another hour that barrel would have been gone because it would have
I'm
been
gonna go
dark and
fetch it before it's gone.
So
washed away.
you guys rig up. That's gonna take you a little while to rig up a rain catch with a barrel under it and stuff. But you think if it rains, you guys are gonna get some water, some water. And
If we go to sleep, I can meditate for a little while and pray for nature to give me the right spells, and I could solve our water problem.
well, the only problem you have currently is what do you need to cast your spells?
I mean, I either need the material components or a druidic focus,
And what is
which
a druidic focus?
whatever I want it to be. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
that's what I'm
It
saying.
could be like a little wand or a little totem. I
Oh,
could
I know
carve a
what it could
totem.
be. I'm
I
saying,
don't
what
have any
is it?
tools.
What is it?
I see what you're saying.
So think on that. You can come up with that. You don't have to have it on Johnny on the spot right now. But yeah, if you're going to be using a focus, let's have a focus. But
Well,
yeah,
did
if you're going to cast a spell, maybe you could start looking for some material components.
well the components for that are a drop of water and sand.
I
For
think you
create
got that
water.
covered. I think you got that covered.
Yeah, that's why.
It,
But
it
I
does,
don't.
and it doesn't
What
call
I
for
was trying
fresh
to
water,
say,
so
right? I don't. I
Create
just don't have
drinking
it
water doesn't
prepared,
have a material.
and I have to go to sleep to change the spells that I have prepared. So that's all I was getting
S-
at.
So now that I found the spring carry, I cast Goodberry, and I give everybody in the party a Goodberry and say this will help them feel better till tomorrow.
it actually fills them up, but doesn't really hydrate you as much as you want. You're
No,
still like, nah, you're not hungry anymore, and everybody gets a hit point back. So you can adjust your character sheet by 1 hit point.
and then I eat 3 more of my berries.
They don't do any. Oh, they do for healing, yeah, but they don't satisfy your hunger anymore.
And I save the last berry in case somebody dies in the middle of the night and I need to bring them back to give them a
So
healing.
so are you guys just all gonna crawl in the tents and go to sleep, or when the sun goes
I
down?
don't recommend that. We'll take watches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can
I'll
take
take the
turns.
first watch.
All right, let's set up the order here. So first watch is gonna be Schmidle. Who's on second or
I
last?
will. I'll take second watch.
Gold pedal second,
Warwick will take 3.
Orc 3, and we got Juku and Tane. So one of you guys are
I'll
last.
take 5. Let him take 4.
5 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is.
What race is Juko?
Juku is a
Chortle.
450-pound turtle.
You don't have dark vision either, then I'm assuming, right?
No,
But
but I
you
have a light
guys,
spell, so
and you
Only
guys
one of
do
us
have a
has dark
nice,
vision.
nice campfire too currently.
Only Warwick has dark vision. The rest of us do not.
That's why I took the midnight hour. Haha.
So let's see if you guys have a random encounter tonight. You do not. And guess what happens? So, somewhere in the evening time, late evening, like third or fourth watch, it starts to rain.
That's a cool effect.
And, and you guys get a long rest. Not that button. That one. And the magic of D&D. Everybody's hit points are back.
Yay!
You're down to 2 levels of exhaustion, so let me adjust that.
Oh, and by the way, I am a wanderer, so I'm able to find food and water for up to 5 people every day, provided the land offers berries, small game, and water, and so forth.
That's going to come in handy.
both of us rangers
Very
having favored terrain, we can
assist.
bring in twice as much when we forage. So maybe we can help him bring in more food.
Yeah, so with exhaustion level 2, your speed is still half, and you have a disadvantage on ability checks, right?
Yeah, ability and skill checks, I think.
Is it just ability though? That was my oops.
So we need to get out to that boat. We should have a discussion about how we can get out to the boat
Yeah, it's
and
just ability
get
checks.
stuff.
I studied my hat I found while I was meditating, and I can use it to breathe underwater if you guys want me to swim.
The
Don't worry
clipper
about.
That
fish
would be
are a
helpful.
danger.
Yeah, you
Right.
you know the ship is deep enough that the mast isn't sticking up or anything, so it's down there.
Well, I can hold my breath for an hour, so the two of us could start hauling stuff up. We just got to find a way to get past those quippers.
Can we take a look at this boat, see what the damage is on this thing? We could possibly get it floating and
Oh,
operational somewhat.
Yeah, it looks like it's with some work and some tools you could probably repair it, but with some sticks and some dead snake bones, you're not quite sure.
all right. I have an idea regarding the quippers. We have leftover fish head, fish guts, and snake guts. Let's go up the beacherways and chum the water with that.
Well, the quippers pretty much are gone. I mean, they're
They're gone.
yeah, yeah. You
Did we
you
see other?
guys
I don't remember.
killed
Did
them
we
and
see
they
other
ate
quippers?
themselves, and that skeleton's still out there.
I will cast Goodberry and hand one to each party member and say if somebody falls down, this will heal and help them get back on their feet.
Nice. Everybody
Awesome.
should coddle the good berry. It's not
Skeleton
really
still visible?
for you to use. It's to use on somebody else.
Well,
That's
at the end of the day, if we haven't found food, eat it, because that'll be your food.
yeah. The skeleton it's only in like 7 feet of water. It's not that deep out there. The waves are kind of crashing in, and every now and then you can see the top of its head. You know,
Can I
it's
Any
caught
cast
up.
Sacred
volunteers?
It's
Flame on
caught
it?
up in those rocks, huh?
Can I cast Sacred Flame on it?
You already
I
did.
don't think it's alive.
you
Okay.
already you already double checked to
I
make
didn't
sure it was
remember if it
dead.
was
Yeah, you're like
a
it's
dead one
it's
or.
yeah it's a dead. It's not undead.
All right. If it's in shallow water, I'm willing to swim out and investigate the body.
Hey,
Yeah,
are you
same.
guys gonna like grab it and drag it in? Seems
Yeah,
like
Sure.
the
pretty much.
easiest. So you drag the skeleton in off the rocks and stuff, and it's wearing where's this stupid encounter at? Oh, here it is.
Counter.
Everything's an encounter in Fantasy Grounds. Uh, so it's got a tabard on itself. Let me show you what the tabard looks like. The tabard's faded and torn and got fish bites and stuff all in it. But the tabard is a blue background with a red flaming fist in the middle of it. And some of your characters would be familiar with
Not gold pedal. She
who
has no idea what
might
that is.
wear one of these. I don't know. Anybody? I know Tane's character would definitely know who the flaming fists are.
Correct.
Baldur's Gate. Who came through Baldur's Gate? Warwick? Then you know who these guys are too.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
he's a long way from home.
so they explained to you that the Flaming Fist is a mercenary company that actually protects Baldur's Gate, and they also apparently have some interest in Chult, because there's one here. When you pull him out, he's got a chain shirt that is salvageable, and whoever's examining, give me a medicine check. He's pretty picked clean. The fish have pretty much picked him clean. But you don't think his bones have been out there that long. I mean, there's still some connective tissues. Freaking Smedley's like, I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl. But
I
Juko,
think it's bone.
you're like checking him out, and you can tell that this guy died from a blunt object smashing the back of his skull. And you would guess a week maybe or more ago, roughly. Not, a 10-day max.
These guys usually don't travel alone. If he's here, there are probably more in the area.
Well, the rain is starting to wash a lot of it away, but there are footy prints on the beach that you guys have tromped. Yeah, you did see footprints too, that led from the horse prints. They're no longer very visible here, but you can see the footy prints up here. Oh look, drag marks on the beach. Huh. But you didn't explore it horribly a lot. But now it kind of makes sense.
Well, do we want to venture in and follow the footprints to see if it could take us to somewhere where there's people, obviously?
I mean, we don't have any weapons or anything, right?
Dude, right here, I
Yeah.
got rocks and sticks. I'm good.
Yeah.
I got
Rather
claws.
than going to find people, because we don't know if they're going to come or not,
Does
let's
I've got
spend
Juku
a couple
nothing.
more days resting up.
does Juku mention what he saw when he went into the Kersplunk?
Absolutely.
Juku
Our gear's out there.
Juku says, I remember seeing backpacks in the ship when it was going down.
We need to
Might have been
survive. We're
our
gonna
gear.
need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't channel any spells without something to focus them through. I'm useless otherwise.
So, what's y'all's plan then? Obviously, you're gonna go out to the ship, but just gonna just paddle out there, swim out there, crashing through the waves.
I think the two that can breathe water or hold their breath should go. Because it's pretty far down there. I don't think the rest of us are going to be a whole lot of help. Did somebody lay claim to that chain shirt?
I can give the water breathing hat to somebody else who might feel more capable, like a stronger person, who can swim further and better
Does,
and punch
does it
harder.
does it require attunement?
A chain shirt.
No, the
It does not.
Kappa water breathing.
It does not require attunement.
Ah, cool.
I
So
would
you can
go-
hand it
I would-
around like it's a red-headed stepchild. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
I would be okay going to the boat, or unless somebody
I'd be
else
willing
wants
to
to
go
go.
out there. Yes.
That was Kane that said that. Sorry.
Yes.
Now, keep in mind, does
I give
the
Kane the hat.
cap give you a swim speed?
No.
So you guys are
can just
currently at
breathe
half
underwater.
speed too.
Oh, I have
So,
to put it in the party sheet.
half
a little bit of
speed
a
in.
swim.
Yeah, it's 1,000
Like
feet out
1,000
there.
feet, right? Yeah.
I think we should rest for a couple of more days. We have water now. We have food. Let's get our strength back before we. If suppose we run into something hostile in the water in our condition, we're going to be the chum.
I agree.
Well, but if we don't have our gear and something attacks us on land, we're in a lot of trouble too.
I'm
Yes,
also
but
concerned about it getting
we
washed away.
Mm,
I don't
yeah.
think
We
that
can fetch
shipwreck's
it.
going to wash away. They're pretty heavy. And, at least if we get attacked on land, we are land based creatures. We're better able to handle it than we would in the water.
Who saw the gear in the ship?
I did. Chuku did.
All right. Did you see it come out of the ship as it went down, or was it you saw a compartment that you saw the gear
Yeah,
in?
it was kind of flopping around in there. That's what attracted it to him. Like in the hold with a big gouge in the side of the ship is where he saw it
All
tumbling
right.
around.
It's probably a better idea to get it now then, because of that
I'm thinking.
fact. Like if it was inside of a compartment, we could go back and get it, do one thing. But if it busted open and scattered on the ocean floor, who knows what it could be currents, whatever, pulling it away.
Even if it's slow, I'm a strong swimmer. So that's not an issue, and I can carry a lot of weight, so I can haul it in if some other people want to come out with me.
I mean, like I said, I'll come out with you. I've got a 14 strength.
So
The boat, I understand it's not seaworthy enough to carry any of us, but would it say be seaworthy enough to throw a few backpacks in without floundering,
no,
or
no,
is it too
you
much of the
think it,
bottom gone?
yeah, maybe if you packed it again with the tents and stuff, it might actually luckily float, but uh, it's pretty smashed up. And it's really windy or not wavy and rocky too. That's the biggest issue is the surf, smashing the thing back up against the rocks.
So no one brought their Flex Seal with them? Asking
Slap
for
it
a
on.
friend.
Even Flex Seal probably wouldn't work. So the two of you, the other party members can't talk you two out, and you decide you're gonna just start wading out there and then jump in and start swimming. Are you guys? What are you guys taking with you?
Uh,
What can you take with you?
I don't need anything.
Dick in my loincloth.
Uh, there's probably a few small ropes with the tents. There's an oar, some rocks, just
I pick up some pebbles and
for
tie a
well
little
you.
piece of my loincloth and a
Could use the oar as a club.
stick right now. That's
I
my club.
think
Yeah.
who's got the dagger? It's kind of been passed around. You guys have been cutting fish with it. And
Kind of forgot about
I
the
might have
dagger.
it.
it's around. Who are you guys gonna take the dagger?
I mean, I don't know if that's my dagger. No, I think we need to leave them some kind of weapon on the.
I have my claws.
Yeah, so you got claws and he's got Shanae. He can cast
Yeah.
if he needs to, and he's got a club. All right,
And I've got Sacred Flame.
so you guys start swimming out. Um, and when you guys get out, past the surf and past the big rocks and stuff, you're both underwater. It's a little easier underwater, and coming into view in the distance, you make her out sitting on the bottom, nose down. There's already some seaweed and stuff that's starting to hang up in the mast and so forth. The hull is busted wide open, especially the starboard side. It is completely smashed open, and the port side has a big hole in it too. And there's some debris laying on the ground, and this is what you guys see. And every now and then, you spot a little fishy like that.
Oh joy.
So I think we go low across the bottom, maybe, and then the first thing I want to try is find one of the ballista spears, so I have like a spear underwater.
Yeah, that'll help, like a harpoon, basically.
Yeah, club's hard to swing underwater.
Well, the ballista bolts would be up here. In one of the compartments, probably where the ballistas were mounted. This isn't the exact ship you guys were on, but you know the ballistas were on the back here, so that's where those would be. You saw the backpacks in this hole here, Chuko.
Okay. So I'm thinking, like, I want to swim as close as I can over it, and then retract myself fully into my shell and sink, and be a rock sinking to the bottom.
I'm just gonna swim down to the bottom.
So you guys are gonna swim on the surface and then dive down.
No, I want to dive down before there and get along the bottom, I think.
So I mean, you could there's a glump of seaweed over here. You can get pretty close and kind of
I want to
wait
through
and
the seaweed.
huh?
Can I stealth through the seaweed?
You broke up. Can you what?
Can I stealth through the seaweed and move through the seaweed stealthily?
You're pretty sure you have the ability to hide, don't you? You took stealth? Yeah. You're not sure how good you're going to be at it, but you think you could try.
That's what I'm going to do, is try to swim down the seaweed and then approach the ship, like, stealthily.
So you're
through
going
the
to kind of go around to the left and try to get as close as you can, hiding in the seaweeds and stuff in
maybe,
the darker
maybe the
area.
sharks won't see me.
And then Juko's just going to kind of swim to the top and sink down. Well, I think
Yep.
I think you guys both need to give me a stealth check, because if I was a big great white shark and I saw a little, cork floating in the water, I might be, let's see why that, let's feel that with our mouths, because that's what sharks like to do. Well,
They bump you and then swim around in
yeah,
circles,
they like
decide whether or
they
not you're
might
food.
mouth you a little too. Aye, 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 aye.
You got
All
a
right, well,
mouthful of shell.
so you guys dip into this hole real quick. Boop. And sure enough, all your gear is in here. And some other gear. So to retrieve everything salvageable out of this ship, it's going to take you guys 8 hours.
Okay.
If you just want your gear, it's going to take an hour. You know, your backpacks. Basically what you have on your inventory.
Be able to bring
I want it.
everything back?
What's that?
I want to bring everything salvageable.
So you
I'm gonna
guys
have to
want to
be
spend the
surviving.
8 hours doing
Sure.
this? All right. And are you going to try to recruit anyone's help now that you guys come back with all of the first trip you guys come back with all of your gear? That's the first trip. You know, you swim back, you
All
got
right. Spread
5
the wealth, everybody.
backpacks,
Here you
and
go.
I mean, unless somebody's got something stupid in their gear, like a 10-foot pole. Has anyone got a 10-foot pole? Are they trying to get it out of the
No.
hole? Stupid pole!
A crowbar.
I
Yeah,
had
that's
a
probably strapped to your
quarterstaff.
backpack. Hey, quarterstaff you can strap to your backpack too, actually. There's actually little eyelet holes for your backpack that those things tie up in. So they get back and they got all your the first trip back they got all your gear. When you guys kind of darted out of there to get out of there though, you did see the sharks take some interest. So when you guys go back, you do think you may have to figure out what to do with the sharks.
Chum.
I don't know if I want to be messing with sharks now. We're not with
Well,
The idea I had for
chumming's
the
not a bad
Clippers,
idea. Yeah.
chum the water up the beach. The sharks will go check out the chum. However, we're going to probably need more chum than we have.
So here's the ship down under the water, and here's some rocks and stuff, and so you know the beach is this way. Oops.
Do any of those rocks look like they could be stood upon?
They're pretty sharp, corally rocks, and every now and then waves crash against it. So it wouldn't be like, standing in the park on them, but you could crawl up them and hold on to them pretty easily. Lay prone and hug them. Uh, Standing there like freaking, Karate Kid and shit with one leg up is probably impossible.
We saw the gear and stuff. I mean, what did we see that was like? I mean, anything noteworthy? Like, you know what we have?
Well, there's two more barrels. There's ballista bolts. There's rope. There's ballistas. There's parts to ballistas. There's lumber.
We'll repair that rowboat.
There's some bags. There's blankets, buckets, couple lanterns, manacles. You suspect that probably navigator's tools, some pots, even some weapons. So,
I guess
stuff scattered
my
all over the
question
ship.
my question would be, if we get all this stuff, is our intent to just set up like base camp here on the beach? Because we're gonna be able to haul all that stuff through the jungle anyways.
I mean, do we have anywhere we need to be going? Why not set up a base camp?
I'd like to get back to Port Nazaro. I don't really want to like live here on the beach.
But we don't know where we are in relation to there. We could be a mile down the road. We could be 100 miles through the jungle.
We do, but
We
either
don't have
way,
any clue.
right? But either way, we're gonna either have to head out at some point, unless we're planning on taking a boat back, which I
Well,
don't know that
setting up a camp allows us to then forage around and discover what the area is like. And then we can make a decision as to where the safest path is for us to proceed to. Just wandering off.
No, I don't mind setting up a camp, but I don't know that the salvageable stuff we see. I mean, with our gear, we already have tents and stuff, don't we? Or do we not have that? I mean,
You
I
have
do.
two. You have two pup tents.
Okay.
So now that we've rested, I redid some of my spells similar to Gold Petal, and with that barrel that we have, I can provide enough water for the entire group, and I can cast Purify Food and Drink so that anything we forage or find won't be poisonous to us.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I just didn't know if we wanted to risk fighting sharks to get some barrels. You know what I mean?
But as long as we have a barrel that can hold 10 gallons, I can produce 10 gallons of water.
I think
The
Every
barrel
day.
that you guys have, I would guess, probably holds 30 gallons, roughly.
I mean, we'd keep it empty when we move
Yeah,
it, but
I'm not saying you guys need anything out of the ship. I'm giving you the ability to have things out of the ship if you want.
correct. I understand. I mean, I just as we swim back out there, and basically we see more sharks kind of swimming closer to the boat and stuff, is what you said. And so I kind of motioned to Juku and to pull back a little bit and kind of swim up so we can talk it over. And my concern is, do we want to really risk being attacked by sharks out here? Did we see anything in the boat that would be worthy of that when it's just us two? And fighting with a club underwater, I can do it, but it's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, if you think there's something worth risking it, I'm just be concerned that with the two of us, it might be a little bit above our weight class.
Agreed.
yeah. I mean, we have enough survival as long as we can avoid anything that's too particularly dangerous. We have the food and water covered. It's the safety is the only big issue here.
Right.
All right, I'm willing to go with just the equipment we had.
Yeah, I mean, if I like I said, if we saw something beyond what I thought would be really useful, it might be worth the risk. I didn't see that in what the description was. I think we should be better off kind of looking a little bit in the woods now that we're geared up, or at least getting our exhaustion off of this first.
Oh, definitely need to get our exhaustion off us.
So
Yes,
let's take a look at inventory. I think everything should be okay. Torches
Yeah,
are
I think a
pretty
lot of
wet
it.
right now. They're gonna need some time to dry out. You know, your backpacks and all are soaked, but
I give Gold Petal her hat back. I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Are you sure you don't want to keep it?
We can hold on it for now. I'm
Yeah,
okay with
yeah.
that.
You hold. It looks great on you.
I want to
Awesome.
reduce. I want to reduce everybody down with their starting rations to half of what they started with. So if you had 10 rations, reduce your rations to 5.
Done.
So yeah, I was gonna ask that. Are we effectively missing pretty much everything we started with from the equipment packs, or?
No, you have everything that's on your inventory.
Okay, so
That's
I
what we
do
just
have a
recovered.
Yeah.
total.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's,
all right, gotcha.
yeah. I'm just looking to see if
Cool.
there's anything weird in people's inventory that probably didn't survive or somebody would have taken, you know. But I don't see
We
anything weird.
we brought you
Whoever,
back your little druid voodoo doll.
yes,
Yeah.
whoever
So
hands that to me, I hug them. Like, don't even ask, just big ol' hug. I'm giant too. I'm like 8 feet tall, 7.5 feet,
Wow.
somewhere in
like Chewbacca size, right?
So you wrap our arms around the turtle, or
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm sure a
Thank
lot of you guys
you.
are probably putting armor on and such. So give you guys an idea. Some of you probably are familiar with Chult. At least I think most of you probably at least saw a map of Chult because you were heading there or some illustrations or something. So this is what you know of Chult. So that is a map of Chult. And you guys could be on the beach anywhere on this map. I mean, you could be on this little island right here for all you know. Right now, because you guys haven't really gone up the beach very far or down the beach very far. You haven't explored. You pretty much maintained your, 200 yards from where you splashed in uh, so far. So I'm gonna advance the
Map
clock.
hasn't shared yet, for at least for me. Has anyone
Yeah,
else
all I
seen it?
got is
I
a
can't
gray box
see
with a red
anything.
question mark.
Yeah.
It might be a big ass map. That's why. It's not something that came.
You in those 100 meg maps?
I didn't even look at it. I don't know. I guess I could look and see, right? Let's go here. Not that one. It is 31
There,
megabytes. Holy
loaded.
crap. Well, we just tested Unity. That's a 31 megabyte map. And did everyone get it?
It did
Just
now, yeah.
just now.
Everybody got it? Look at that. 31 meg map. And the
Yep,
players,
got
I
it.
mean, probably the players that got a little better than your average potato computer, but
So
in
whereabouts are we?
classic 1 megabyte,
We
you
don't know.
guys would be somewhere
Oh,
on
we
a
don't know.
beach.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Of which the
My
entire
bad.
country is beach.
Sorry.
Well, that's not a whole lot of real estate potential.
Yep. Now, Tane knows that Port Nanzaro is up here. Actually, I could do.
Well, judging from the sun and all that, where in the shore do I think I'm on the east or west coast?
Oh
Great
shit!
question.
He's asking the right questions.
And that's why he's a survival guide.
I just
There we
threw a
are. I
token.
found us.
There's a token. All
I
right.
found us.
Well, the sun is currently coming up.
It's midday. You can't tell.
The sun
Well,
is directly
this
overhead
this
now.
morning. Wait, I was gonna do.
We all slept into noon.
Yeah, it's noon the next day. By the time you guys get all your gear and stuff trucked back on and get it all strapped on and stuff. But I mean, you remember which way the sun came up. The sun came up directly in your face.
We're on the eastern side.
I deduce the same.
So in this world, does the sun rise in the east or the west?
It comes up
It
in
rises in the east.
that's not a question that comes up too often, so I always default to Earth rules.
So
But
when
if this
we were on
was, if
What's
this
the
was,
planetary angular tilt of
yeah.
favor?
You know, there might be some navigation tools in the ship that you guys could use to figure all that out.
So wait,
Oh shoot.
when we were looking out in the ocean, the sun rose right in our face, right?
Correct.
So we're somewhere along this coast right here to the right. So we're really not that far from Port Nazaro. Somewhere in that area right there, I would imagine.
Well,
Or
that
you
could
could
be a
guys could be
lot of
over
place.
That could be a lot
here.
of track.
You
Yeah.
could be over
what's the
here on
size?
these islands.
Over here, over here, over here.
You could be
I
here.
know.
You could be on this little peninsula
I
out
think
Well, if
here.
we were there, it wouldn't come up in our
if we were
face.
off, if we were on one of the other peninsulas, we would see the other peninsula across the bay, right? They make a bay. I think we would see the other landform of the peninsula across the bay.
This
So we have
distance
to
is
be on
pretty
the
good.
outer edge.
Great question. Do we see an island out in the water?
You do not.
I go further north.
Well, I don't know where we're at.
Now, I do want to throw a little DM hint out there since you guys seem a little stuck. Now, the way that works is if I throw you a hint, I reduce the XP of something later. Now, since you guys are on milestone, who gives a fuck, right?
Right.
Right.
Take all the DM hints you can get. There's some freaking hoof prints that go that way into the jungle.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
Yeah, we still have the horse prints. Yeah. I think we're gonna try to rest.
I mean,
up so we all get-
they definitely
Tally-ho!
have washed away more today than they were yesterday because it's been raining, and it does that a lot in Chult. It rains a lot in Chult.
Can I
So
take
it's
you
a
that
just said-
barrel and empty it and add it to my inventory?
the barrel.
Yeah.
No,
Carry our water barrel.
you can't carry
small
a
one.
barrel.
An
It's a-
empty one.
It's a 30-gallon barrel.
So?
It's a beer
Oh,
barrel.
Looking at
along the
19
ground.
strength.
I just want to know how you're gonna carry it. Are you gonna just lug it around like
Roll it,
in
yeah.
your hands, or are you gonna tie it to your shell on your back? And
30 gallons isn't that big.
Yeah, just roll it along.
a
30 gallons,
a-
though.
a
It's
beer
240 pounds.
beer
I'm
keg
not carrying
is
it full of water. I want it empty.
Oh.
I want an empty barrel because then I can cast create water in it and have 10 gallons of fresh water. We all drink it, fill our water skins, empty it out, and just have an empty barrel with us.
Yes, you can carry a barrel through the jungle with you. It's just going to be awkward. How's that? You're going to have to hold it in your hands. You're going to have to set it down. If you want to draw.
Until we
you know.
find a better
Yeah.
water storage solution.
We can roll it.
You could roll.
It
Yeah,
is a
but
barrel.
I think if the more you move it around like that and roll it around, the more chances are
It's gonna
it's it's
break.
it's it's wooden. Yeah, it's not a super strong barrel. It's been thrown off a shift. It's had people floating on it, and then it was washed up on shore and rolling around in the shoreline for hours on end. So it's probably not in the greatest shape. And rolling it around may not help the fact. Now, when you guys look towards this jungle is thick. I mean, this is Chult. I mean, it looks like Jingo's picture behind him. I mean, that's, 100 feet off the beach. That's what you see as far as jungle goes. Except there's a path right here that looks like wide enough for a large horse to traverse.
Before we,
I'm assuming you guys are gonna hang out longer. At least get
yeah, we're gonna
your,
try to rest up.
at least get one
Yeah.
level of exhaustion gone, so you're not at half speed, right?
Probably just go ahead and do two. Get fully up.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna
I
try
mean,
to rest for 2 days.
anybody have any objections with that?
Well, let's see what happens the rest of today.
Sure.
Well, you guys have a random encounter.
T-Rex.
Random.
Right? So, let me bring back the other map. And it's no longer raining. And I'm going to say you guys are kind of all hanging around by the fire and the tents. Spreading your gear out. Later in the afternoon, uh, you're eating some of the leftover fish and rations now. But mainly, what you guys have been doing most of the afternoon is drinking water and pissing. Because you guys have been dehydrated, and you finally got uh, 8 gallons of water in the barrel. So I'm going to assume that you guys drink all that today.
Yep.
Yes.
So, uh, but the random encounter is let me roll that. One of these buttons. So, as you guys are kind of, it's late afternoon and not quite dusk yet, you guys hear a loud uh, chopping sound coming from the jungle. A couple of them. Chop, 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 chop. This direction. You guys fairly can hear it, so you're probably guessing it's 400 or 500 yards into the jungle.
Would it be safe to say that it sounds a lot like a axe hitting wood?
Yeah, it does.
Hmm.
There's definitely people that way, though we assume that with the footprints, horse tracks, anyways.
And assuming we found the armor with the symbol that we of the
Probably Flaming Fist.
The Flaming Fist was on the tabard, right? Not the armor.
Yes.
Yeah, he was wearing a flaming fist tabard.
Does
what do y'all
anybody else
think?
have interest in that armor?
The chainmail?
No.
I do not.
If nobody else has interest in it, I can use it, and I will put my studded leather armor back into the party treasure in exchange.
Are you that may nerf your XP?
Juku is protected by Ubtao. He needs no artificial armor.
Refuse
He
to wear
taps.
armor.
He taps on his flotation device. So, is anyone going to wander out into the jungle?
Not
Jungle?
alone.
We're still pretty
Yeah.
exhausted. I mean,
Yeah.
I just swam a whole lot of laps today.
Yeah, and you're just getting hydrated. You're like, yeah, whoever's chopping that wood, they're that way.
They'll be there tomorrow. We can
Yeah.
talk about
If
They'll
it
be,
tomorrow.
they'll, they'll be
if
there
it continues
tomorrow.
to get closer,
Very nice.
we'll talk about possibly setting up a defense, but we're not gonna go looking for trouble.
And there's dinosaurs in these woods too.
Hopefully they're not
Dinosaur?
dinosaurs riding horses.
What's a
Yes.
dinosaur?
Sorry.
Well, it's a giant. I tell them that they're reptilian creatures, but some of them can be large, up to like 90 feet tall. Not 90 feet tall.
Ooh, I meant to ask. Do any of you guys have a small book or parchment or anything that I could write my research notes on?
One moment, let me check.
Let me check my backpack.
I have ink, but no parchment.
How do you?
It floated away.
I assume so.
You need a piece of
You
parchment?
could tattoo them with your ink.
I have
Right.
this. I have a letter from a dead colleague. You could write on the back of that.
Thanks. I will take that if you don't
I will
mind.
put that in the party treasure.
You're the best. Because I really want to, like,
Oh, well,
sketch
this
in.
did your so this dead comrade. He wasn't talkative. He didn't write on both sides of the paper. He just one side is all you got from this schmo.
In the margins.
Yeah,
You
I
didn't
think
know him
so.
very well then. He just sent you like
The letter was something about owing him money. Or
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It says, please send the money you owe me to my wife. Blah 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 blah.
And just as a standard thing, anytime we're going to be eating food, I'm going to cast Purify Food and Drink as a ritual to make sure there's no poison or disease or anything else involved in what we're eating.
Yeah.
And that's
Give it.
all foods within a 5-foot radius.
All right, so let's talk about that a little bit. We've got somebody is what spells are you guys gonna prepare like as a default? Let's start with uh go ahead, John. Sorry,
Okay.
Juku.
So,
Juku.
yeah, Juku is going to basically he's going to be the water and purification guy. So every day he has create and destroy water prepared with the intent that we can cast it and refill all of our water skins enough for at least one day, preferably more if possible.
What's the
And then
amount that you can do per day?
I can create up to 10 gallons of clean water as
All right,
long
so
as I have a
that's
container that's capable of holding it.
yeah, and everybody has started off. If you didn't, you have them knowing you're going to Chult. Um, 2 water skins that are a gallon. So everybody has 2 gallons of water, and he can fill them up every day.
Correct.
So you guys don't have to have. Now that's a first level spell, right? So you're burning a
Yes,
spell
and so
slot
I
to
will
do
expend a spell slot for that.
Now let's say if you guys collect water, that you're not going to do that in the morning.
Right. I mean, it won't be necessary if we collect enough water during the day
Yeah.
or night. I'm also going to prepare purify food and drink, but that I can cast as a ritual, so it doesn't have to take a spell slot.
All
So
right,
I can
and
cast that before every meal.
those of you that are from Chult know that any water, standing water in Chult, is extremely dangerous to drink. It's full of all kinds of uh, bacteria, and it is infested with leeches.
So we can
And,
refill our water skins at any of those, and then I can purify all of them. so that they're all clean. We have
Or
little floaty leech bits in it, but
or
you know,
rainwater
clean.
is clear. Rainwater is good.
Yeah.
So catching rainwater is good. But you don't want to drink out of the rivers or any standing water or anything like that. Because there is such a thing in Chult as called throat leeches. Yeah, it's from drinking the water. You get leeches in your throat.
So those are the standard two that I'm going to have prepped in addition to some healing spells.
And you
provide
have
healing.
light, right? As a
I have the
cantrip.
light cantrip, which I can
so
cast, and mending to fix any gear
because
that's
the only
busted.
person in the party with dark vision is Warwick, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys will probably have some light sources, I'm sure. What about Gold Petal? What is she gonna? She has a default of anything that she uses daily?
I mean, so she really likes sort of crowd control kind of stuff. So right now I have entangle rather, fairy fire, and then cure wounds as a backup in case Juku goes down. And then I have ice knife just for some damage, and then speak with animals because I really like animals and I want to study them, and I can cast that as a ritual.
And Medicare, you have that table? Do you need it?
I don't believe I have it shared with me.
You have it shared with you now.
Got it.
I have it on a little tab right here, so it's easy to find. So a potion with a little squirrel on the front of it. It's all smiling. Did we already get one of those? So Spencer in the chat bought Juku a potion of animal friendship. And I'm going to drop that on your inventory tab, not your identity tab, like I always do. Oh, you have two of them.
Nice. You need to identify them.
They're both
the last
same.
one I got on the ship, I think.
Yeah. That's what I said. I thought somebody already got one of them. How do I remember that from four different tables ago? I don't know. So that was from Sphinster. Uh, who else is a caster? Tane stepped away. Jingo,
I don't get spells till second level.
nothing, and of course Warwick doesn't. So we'll talk to Tane when he gets back. He's probably got aggro. All right, so you guys are going to get a long rest. So I already changed your exhaustion out and pushed to the long rest. So the evening goes by fairly uneventful. I mean, there's some weird sounds and there was some scares and you guys all got quiet and
I currently only have a spell and it's Goodberry, and I cast it every morning.
So so you give out a good berry to everybody, one good berry to everybody every morning
I
as a
do, and then
default.
at the end of the day, I give everybody an extra one to eat and keep one through the night, and the next morning I recast it and do the same.
I think the end of the day it's up to you to do, but the default morning and everybody gets one in the morning is cool. What you do with them during the day and at the end of the day, you guys can figure that out as you go.
Perfect.
So the next morning, you guys are feeling better. Most of your scabs and stuff have healed up. You still got some bruising and especially your wrists and your ankles. They're still very very sore. You have disadvantage, exhaustion level 1, and what the, that's a potion of animal friendship.
That's a very intense.
Doesn't sound very friendly.
Not really at all.
Google Gaming one of
Alright.
his.
That must have been a bear talking. So you guys will have disadvantage on ability checks, but are you guys leaving the beach this morning, or do you want to spend another day here? You no longer have half movement either, so
So we're just at disadvantage. I still think. I mean, there's not a negative in us spending another day, is there? Except maybe a
Other
random
than there
encounter.
could be random encounters, correct?
We'd have those walking through the woods anyways.
Yep.
I think we
Right.
just go ahead and stay here one more night.
I think yeah.
Worried about
Yeah, I'm
ability
good with that.
checks.
And
One of my cantrips is guidance, and I can help you guys with like critical moments if needed.
So
also,
I recommended the party that it's better before we start a trek in the jungle to be at a full strength.
Plus, you guys, it's not so bad. You guys,
yeah, it's not bad.
right now, you're in full recovery mode. So, the only thing I'm going to require for you guys to spend this last day is, let me see if we have encounters. All right. The only thing I require of you guys on this last day, since you guys are sitting around, you're healing, is you got to tell each other something that your character would share with the other characters. So we're gonna start with Smedley. What does Smedley share with the other characters this day?
The fact that that's a tough one. He's not a very sociable person. He will share the fact that he is still a
How old is
Interesting.
Smedley?
virgin. Now he doesn't do it deliberately, but he's kind of inept with his words and such, and so it probably just kind of comes out in conversation accidentally.
Is he
Smedley is
flirty? Is he flirty with the furbog? I mean,
him, probably just a
Oh,
little bit.
I've never been flirted with.
But
and
yeah, he's Smedley is 25.
27 on his character sheet.
Oh, 27. Well, he's lost track of
Six
time.
foot three, 160 pounds.
I am 64, so
So is that something that Gold Petal shares as well? That she's 64, or that she's also a
yeah.
virgin?
I'm 64, but that's very young for a bulk. But I do share with the group that I have never met another person of my own kind. I grew up with elves. I spent some time of my young adulthood looking for other furbolgs, but I never met any. I
Not too
couldn't
many
find any.
furbogs in Silvery Moon or nearby. I can tell
Right.
you that. That's for sure.
So that's what I share.
Who are you gonna vote off? All right, yeah. Is there anybody that you want to murder in the middle of the night? So far, everybody good?
We're
No,
good.
no.
I'm good.
All right, so Tane, tell us what does Tane share with the other characters?
Well, he looks at Smedley and he goes, "Hey, there's this temple I can hook you up in Important Zara. I've been there a couple times. May have done some things that are not quite appropriate, but I'm gonna take you there. A lot of girls there. All right."
There is indeed a temple. You remembered that?
I
Nice,
did.
nice. You know, that's so good. I think I'll give you a point of inspiration just for remembering that. That's awesome. So let's do Juko. Does he share anything?
Yeah, so Juku will share a little story. When he was a young turtle, he actually experienced a very intense and a very powerful religious experience in
Ooh.
which he saw a vision. And in this vision, he saw a maze. And as he worked his way through the maze, he began to realize that this vision that he was seeing was the maze of his life. And ever since then, he's been attempting to recreate that maze. So every evening, every time he has a free moment, you see him drawing in the sand this pattern as it gets, every night, it gets slightly more clear, a little bit more intricate. Um, and he believes that Uptau is guiding him along his path, and that there is something, some relic of Ubtao at the end of it that he is being led to.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
I do too. I like that enough that you too also get a point of inspiration.
And
Oh,
And
thanks.
as he talks about seeing visions, Warwick also saw a vision of a great ending of a civilization. It's just a horrible thing that it really motivates him to try to find what that is, and that's another reason why he come to Chult, as the vision did include a jungle. He's not sure if it's exact jungle for sure just yet, but it does. When he looks upon the jungle here, he feels the sense of uh, relatability to the vision.
That's awesome.
All right,
Maybe
excellent.
Utao has touched you as well.
So during the evening on whose watch? So put your characters where you would be if you were not on watch.
Yeah, who's bunking up?
Yeah,
There's only
who's
2 tents.
It's only 2 tents. I mean, they're pup tents, so I mean, I've shared a pup tent for months with somebody. They're not tiny, I mean, but you know, you're not like hanging out
Juku's
in
not too
there. You're
worried
just
about it. He
sleeping.
can be outside. He doesn't fit too well in a pup tent with his
Yeah,
450
it might be
pound
too
body.
big.
Yeah, he can get inside of his shell if he wants.
Yep, he
Does
is
he have
portable pup
like
tent.
does he have like lights and stuff inside of there?
You can cast light spell.
Like Oscar the Grouch does? It's like
Where's
type
Where's
Warwick's
my
token?
token? Yeah,
right there?
I don't see it.
We don't see it either.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Let me redrag you. Boop.
Ah, there I am. Warwick's probably just sleeping on the ground outside
Wait,
because he
how
doesn't
tall is
care.
Warwick?
How old?
How tall?
Oh, how tall? 6'8",
Hey!
240 pounds of pure muscle.
So who's on last watch?
That would be Juku.
So Juku, while you're on last watch, you hear some commotion coming from this big tree here,
Okay.
and kind of like startled you a little, and it seemed to have startled itself, whatever it was. Um, you see a creature. Oh, that's not the one I wanted.
I'll immediately slap Warwick.
Oops. I got the wrong one. So it's only like, you know, 15 inches long. It's not a big creature. So I don't know if you want to wake up Warwick or not. But
Oh,
it like it made a noise, and then you see it like startle and look at you in the dim light. And damn it, this one. There's no image in the monsters manual. What? All right, so it looks like a snake with wings,
How big is
okay.
it?
about 15 inches long. It's small, and it made a noise, and you looked, and you see it like it flies up at the above the branch, and then it sees that you're looking at it, and it darts into the darkness. Starts to, anyways, unless you intervene or try to
Nah, I'm gonna
intervene.
leave it alone.
Yeah, so it
I'll wave at it.
wave as it goes, and let's do the weather for today. So everybody, you get a long rest. I need you to delete a ration, and
Using my wander, do I go get food for everybody so we don't burn rations?
Not yet. You haven't. You
Okay.
guys are actually. Let's not delete a ration. I think you guys probably still have enough fish and stuff that you could still eat. It's probably still okay. You cooked it and then you've been nibbling on it and stuff. So
We also have the good berries, right?
yeah,
On
in the
most
good
days.
berries. So I think you're okay not using a ration. And the water you guys are going to top off in the morning anyways.
I'm
So
setting the rain catcher every
yeah,
night, which I have in my inventory now.
I mean good berries are like eating you know, drinking a slim a shake in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's enough
drink
nutrients
it
for
to
the full
buy.
day, but you're still freaking hungry. I mean, and we are going to take a break, but I was looking for one quick thing real quick, but I'll find that while we're on break. So yeah, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Everyone regroup, go to the bathroom, get some new drinks, get a snack, whatever. And we're going to come back in 10 minutes. So if you're out there listening, you got some time to go get a snack, but you got to come back. So just popcorn or something. No Domino's pizza.
Really?
Darn.
Really? Really?
I knew I saw his eyes light up. He owns Papa John, so don't get Domino's. If you're gonna do it, call Papa John's. They'll have it to you before break's over. So I'm gonna start the countdown for 21:48. Get that going. All right, guys, we'll be back. Enjoy the music too. I'm gonna start up the music. calls pretzel. Ah. Some of us are back. Some of us aren't back.
I'm here. I just haven't turned my camera on.
I'm here too, and I'm eating in front of you. Oh.
Mukbang. I kind of already woofed down my snack.
So did I.
I didn't have a snack. I'm like a bear. I have like several months worth of food stored up below my belt.
Aw.
I could hibernate for the winter months, come out skinny.
All right, so it's morning. Bad. I got a cracker sitting up here, and he's trying to get it with his tongue. He's like, "Oh, you go lay down." Now he's so sad looking. I
What
wish
kind
I
of
had a.
dog you have?
He's a rat chi. You want to see him?
Yeah.
Let me move my crackers over here.
I'm a dog person, so we have
Come
a
here.
cat.
Come here. No, you come here.
Nice.
This is
Okay.
A
DJ.
bearded dragon.
This
Two
is
dogs.
DJ.
Oh my god, so
he's a
cute.
sweetie.
This is my little buddy. Hi, DJ. Here, good boy. Oh, you're staring at
What's
my
his name?
crackers.
He don't.
He was a.
Oh, I thought he was shy. He's just scoping your food.
Yeah, he's a little shy when I hold him too. His given name from the rescue was they named the whole litter Don Juan Don the D litter Don Juan Don Julio Don Johnson
Okay.
and and I call him DJ. DJ.
Aw.
He's a good boy.
Cute.
No, you can't have a cracker.
I have a
Uh,
little coon hound, and he's named after Volo from D&D. That's his name is
Nice.
Volo.
Nice.
And then my cats, I don't know if you guys noticed, but they like hanging out with me whenever I'm fucking playing. They're Bahamut and Tiamat. My cat, they're little fucking assholes, is what they are.
That's a
But I
perfect
love
name
them.
for cats. Well,
My
Tiamat
my cat
especially.
is an asshole. I mean, I love dogs. I'd love to have a dog, but I have a cat. And I love my cat.
Hmm.
I twitch.
What's your cat's name?
Uh, his name is Randall Flagg, named after the villain in The Stand.
Oh,
We call him Flag.
that's so cute.
And like yours, he's a dick.
Yeah, my cats are little. They'll come up and like
That's
knock shit off my desk and get into all kinds of trouble.
that's
Well,
cats for you. That
Mhm.
is cats for
Flag
you.
has not as dickish as he used to be. He's 14 now, so he's getting to be an old man. Even though he
Aw.
doesn't think he is, he is.
Mine are only like a year and a couple months old. They're still babies, basically.
The bearded dragon's name is Smog.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's
Smog is the
hibernating
best
right now.
dragon.
I have
Technically
3 dogs.
brumating, but same.
Aw.
He raises the dragon's food too, and he names them at dwarf names. All the bugs that they eat.
All the roaches.
Yeah. All right. So I rolled on the on Vex's weather table for today, and it's humid, no rain. So you will have to burn your first level spell for the day, and it is a whopping 95 degrees and humid.
Swamp
So
ass.
Louisiana.
Yeah. Uh, and you guys are fully recovered. You have no exhaustion levels. You're fully healed. You're still maybe a little aware for the tear. You know what I mean? But you're ready to rock. I think you guys got full water skins. You got a few rations, and you're gonna do some survival on the way, trying to find it. So let's talk about marching order. Are you guys packing up the tents? You guys want to take?
Yeah, I'm taking my tent. Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So whoever wants, whoever's carrying the 2 tents, add a
I have
tent.
a tent in my gear, so
You have a tent
Well,
in your gear.
I will.
These are 2 extra tents. That's what I'm saying. There's.
oh, well, we had more than 2 tents then, because I already had a tent in my inventory.
Well, you didn't have a tent till last night though, in your inventory.
I
or
will
the night
carry
before or
one.
whatever.
If people don't want to, because I have,
I'll carry
being a
one.
furbolg, I can actually carry a lot. I have the powerful build trait.
So just grab one out of the player's handbook and plop it on.
I'll carry the other one.
Anything else you're gonna take? Are you actually really you taking the barrel?
Just, I'm only concerned about having a container that I can use to fill water. If
Well,
we can fill the water skins directly with the spell, then
yeah,
I'm
I'm
not gonna worry
okay with
about
the
it.
water going directly into the skins. So
Then I don't need the barrel.
yeah,
That
Hey,
was just the. I've had
yeah,
other DMs who are really strict. Those like, no, you can't cast it inside of a water skin. You have to have something else, and so I just wanted to
yeah,
be
whatever.
sure.
He splits
Yeah,
part up shooting into our mouth and part into water skins.
you guys are like, trying to funnel it into your water skin. That's silly.
It all comes out of one finger. I just.
So the way it's going to work, if it doesn't rain, you have to use your spell. If it does rain, right
Sure.
now, in camp, you guys were collecting it, but right until you get some kind of collection device,
I
you're
have a
not going to
rain
be able to.
catcher
Oh, you own
that
a
I
rain
set
cat.
up every night.
How
I
much
do.
water does that catch? While you got it,
I
while you
got it
looking.
open. When the tarp is stretched, it forms a basin that can catch 2 gallons per inch of rainfall and hold up to 8 gallons.
Oh, so it holds. So that could be your container to hold your water you cast into too. If you
Yeah, yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah, so the barrels stand the
Yeah,
boat.
goodbye barrel.
So whoever wants the tents, and oh, we were going to talk about marching
I
orders.
got
So
a
let me
10.
open the party sheet. So
goodbye, barrel.
this is going to be a tight path, so you're going to have to go one at a time. Um, your visibility at some points could be as short as 30, 40 feet. That's how thick some of the jungle is. So
I
you know, uh,
volunteer to lead and guide them through the jungle.
doesn't sound like anyone opposes it. So Tane, you want to
Um,
be in the front?
Yes,
And Warwick will go second because he likes to fight things.
I'm trying. This is my. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna
What's
guide you guys through. You give a good recommendation to Port Nazaro. Hi, I got you guys there, sir, and alive.
Juku will take up the rear to make sure we aren't hit from behind, since he's
He's
the
got
most
his
protected.
shell. He's got his shell in the back too. He's like, we got the back protected, and he backs
what's
up in the
armor
back.
class, Juku?
When I'm in or out, or when I'm fully retracted, or just normal walking around.
Just normal.
19.
That's better than mine. I was gonna volunteer to take the back, but
Fully retracted, 23.
okay. I was gonna volunteer to take the back because I'm a crossbow expert and I've got some range.
Then I'll go in the middle,
But
and you can go second to last.
sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll keep her in the middle. I don't think we have any squishies, do we?
Well,
Not
your
really.
squishies are clerics and such, so
They're not all that squishy.
no, they're not. Some clerics are better paladins than paladins. I mean, it's true. All right, so morning, you guys finish up eating up the last of your fish and snake and stuff that you caught. It's starting to go bad anyways. But you keep preserving it, but the taste still isn't there. The magical accent that you dump on it to preserve it doesn't taste that good. So
Smoked fish.
yeah. So you guys put out the fire, you pack up your camp, and you guys head off into the woods,
Here
into the
comes
jungle,
Clyde.
and
Oh
just as you
boy.
guys start into the jungle, you guys see this monkey. He's wearing a bowler hat. He's up on top of this big palm frond. He doesn't have any pants on. When you see him see you guys, he just pops out of nowhere. And what's up with some of my links? I tell you what, links get broken easy.
Are you wearing a green shirt, Bass?
I am. It's my one of my military
I'm not sure
Shirt.
that was working for a second with your green
Chroma
screen
Cam doesn't like
program.
green. Yeah, Chroma Cam doesn't like green shirts.
It'd be alright.
I mean, I'm appreciative of the shirt. I'm just letting you know you were like all sorts of glitched
As
out for a second.
Engorgio has purchased Clyde, the Poosling monkey. Now, we have a new image of Clyde if you want to.
I noticed.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Very formal.
Suit and all.
And Clyde likes to sling poo. And today, the person that gets hit by his peanut smelling poo is whoever's in the front.
Tame.
Tane! So, flying down from this monkey is a handful of poo that bounces off your shoulder and kind of lands in your mouth a little. And you are reminiscent of when your youngest boy ate cat poop. And you're like, "Ugh."
I'm like, ugh. Like,
and
somebody get that monkey up there.
and he jumps and scampers and runs away. Thanks, Engorgio. That was a perfect timing for Clyde. All right, so you guys are traveling. Doodly doo. Let's talk about traveling in the jungle. Um, how far can you travel in the jungle?
As far as you'll let us.
So
Halfway. Once you pass halfway, you're going out the jungle.
you can only travel in the jungle until you get to the end of the jungle, and then you're done.
Between myself and Tane, we can negate any difficult terrain while we're traveling because this is our favorite terrain.
Wow. Your favorite terrain. You love it here. You
Uh,
guys love it in the jungle.
when you mentioned living the rest of your life on that beach back there, Smedley seriously considered it.
The only problem that Smedley doesn't like is the insects. He loves the jungle. He just doesn't like the bugs.
Yes.
The bitey kind.
Oh, and we can, and just so you know, part of natural sports are our group cannot become lost except by magical means.
All right, so you guys have really set this party up that we don't have to roll shit every day. We just go.
You're welcome.
We just go. There's
Trying to
no
make your life easy.
And the
there,
best part
there's
is, it
no
wasn't even
really
intentional.
So
there's
meta.
no really rolling, right? All right, so each hex on the Chult map represents 10 miles. All right? You don't really have that map yet, so you don't know exactly what a hex is, but it's about this big. And so characters moving at a normal pace can travel 1 hex per day on foot through coastal, jungle, mountain, swamp, or wasteland terrain. They can travel 2 hexes per day if they're traveling by canoe on a river or a lake. What the hell? Giggity! Ah, thanks for the subscription, Gorgio. 7 months in a row. Wow. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so 2 hexes per day if you're traveling on a canoe, up and down rivers, blah, blah, blah. A canoe can travel 1 hex per swamp. If you want to move at fast pace, obviously you can do that, but you're going to have negatives to your perceptions. You're going to have... and Jingo, 300 biddies. Thank you, sir. Or you can travel at a slower pace and have bonuses. So each hex is going to represent 10 miles a day. I don't think we're going to go faster or slower, so unless you guys tell me otherwise. So we're assuming that you're going to constantly be traveling at a normal pace. So the way it works in Chult is at the beginning of each new day, I'm supposed to roll a wisdom survival check on behalf of the navigator. Well, there's so many freaking navigators in the party that I don't even think we need to even worry about all these rolls for survival and stuff. We're assuming that you guys are gathering any kind of food you see as you go. So those kind of rolls will be assumed at the end of the day. We'll assume that you you have to use rations or you don't. Simple enough. That you got enough food for the day or you got to use a ration. And the same with the water. At the end of the day, we're going to say either you got enough water for today or you didn't get enough for today and you got to use your water. And most of the time with all your successes and everything, it's going to be pretty easy. You can create water as a spell. You can gather food easily, so it's pretty much simple. So you guys travel. Let me get my map out so I can see. I know where you're at. Where is my map? DM map of Chult. Here we go. So I know where you guys are at. And so you guys travel a whole hex. A whole hex. That's 10 miles. And that takes you a day. But as you're traveling, towards the later part of the afternoon, you guys are traveling and down a path that has been worn out by a horse. The tracks on the path have kind of faded now, but the path isn't hard to follow. It's kind of looks like it's been taken at least a dozen times. The same path. I mean, it varies here and there, going over a broken down log and that kind of stuff. A tree that's fallen, and the path had to over time. But the path you think has been developed over a matter of a year or more. So it's not something that gets traveled every day, but over a year it's been traveled at least a dozen times. I'm going to push you guys a map, and then I'm going to put you on a map, because up ahead you guys hear something very big making noise up ahead of you. And let's put you in order. Tane, something like Schmedley. So you might be a little more spread out than this because of fantasy ground mapping and stuff, but the general gist is you guys are traveling in the northerly direction, and Tane, when you kind of clear the trees there and you look off to your left, you see stupid image. Do I have one? I like images. Yep. You see this foraging or eating on something to your left over there.
With my knowledge, are they herbivore, omnivore, or carnivorous?
You think that they are very nasty when they want to be. They have like a spiked tail that could really do some damage, and they're very predatorial, but they're herbivores. They don't eat meat.
Okay. So
And here, let me turn him
the,
on.
like, stop sign to the party.
Everybody give me, actually, I don't need everybody to give me. I'm just going to have you do it. I'm going to request it. I'm going to request this roll right here. As everyone knows what a dinosaur is, except for Warwick, who's like, they all point and they go, "See? That's a dinosaur."
I was the one who asked earlier. I've never
Oh,
seen a dinosaur.
somebody
Goldpetal.
asked earlier.
It was me. She's
And
never
I
seen
asked her.
a dinosaur.
Children of Utah.
I've seen illustrations. I never thought they were that big.
and Tane like steps on a stick and it goes and breaks and makes a loud snapping noise. And the Stegosaurus looks up at you guys suddenly and it makes a hoof sound like
What a great beast. He's ready to fight.
Um,
I've got my paper out. I'm trying to sketch it.
I tell the party we should. I whisper back we should skirt. I move back and I say we should skirt this. And I cast magic stone. And I start heading. I say follow me, and I kind of head off the path. That's not. Well, that's worth a shot.
Ugh. It's fine. I'm too busy trying to sketch it.
We should skirt the big dinosaur. Coldpetal's like, hold on.
Yeah.
I need. Turn to the left a little bit, Stegosaurus. I need to get your good side.
Warwick's over here drawing both of his hand axes.
all right, so Tane, you like we should go, and you start to move towards this bush and stuff, and you can see it. It like turns and it snorts and it's like, and when you cast a spell, you see its like tail go up, and you can see that it's got these spikes on it, like nasty looking spikes, and it starts to turn and look at you guys. So what's Tane gonna do?
I kind of move over to the right, and I told the party we should try to skirt its territory. And I move to there, and then ready. If it comes charging us, I'm gonna throw a magic stone at it.
All right, Warwick.
Are you sure it doesn't want to fight? I think it wants to fight.
You don't want to fight it.
I think I
Ready's
do.
Not on my character sheet. I don't know why. So, but I am ready.
It's not in the bottom now with that new extension, maybe. On your actions tab.
Let's see. Ready. Got it. How do
Are we supposed to be locked? Because we're not locked.
Just double click it.
I think you double click
Oh
it.
yeah, let me lock them.
Okay, got it.
Cool. I haven't used it either, so I just knew. But
It does not say it in the combat tracker under your name though. It'll say ready. So.
yeah, usually there's.
You can grab ready from the
It
spells
doesn't
if you have
create an
Rafu stuff.
effect. Yeah.
I just
Well,
start
that's
moving
kind
over
of
fast.
that's kind of silly. I like the effect so I can see it.
I requested it, and
There you go.
The
Just drag
author
those
said
to your
no.
actions tab.
Yeah, you can drag those to your actions tab.
Warwick's
So
gonna move up, and then I'm gonna draw both my hand axes, one in each hand there, and then ready in case the thing attacks.
so you move up and start drawing out weapons. Okay.
Of course. And pass my turn.
This is not the time to make your mark in history work.
Warwick, what's your passive perception? I can
With
look.
mine or
Yeah, Warwick's party.
passive perception 12.
12. Let me see something here.
Draw the go to spells and you can get the ready and you actually can drag it to your basic things and you can actually click it that way.
I just double clicked the one at the bottom of the action.
Yeah, but it's
tab.
not showing ready on your combat tracker though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I put the
there's
actual
spells.
actions in chat if you want to put those on your actions tab.
Yep, got it.
So, like, right here, you see a blurry kind of bush get up and start moving around. Yeah, it looks like a humanoid plant or something. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's time to change my stance in the matter. I'm definitely gonna be standing there with my axes ready to go. But we'll
And
see
you
what
see
happens
it.
next.
You see it. Alt. Alt now. You got to use Alt now. You see it. Get up and move this direction into the jungle. If I can check the button.
Yeah, and the warrior's definitely gonna stand there and just be ready for any attack. Any creatures
Smedley.
from them.
I have a good long-range weapon, so I'm going to move into this foliage and try to gain partial cover or concealment, and keep my crossbow at the ready as my party moves, and I'll wave them on here.
Are you
I've
gonna
got you
use
covered.
an action to hide?
Um, no, I'm just gonna try to get partial concealment so that I'm not
Just
completely exposed.
you got a leaf in front of your face. You're like, I can't see them. They can't see me. Ha ha.
Yep, yep. And I'm going to ready a crossbow shot if that dinosaur should start to move in an aggressive manner towards any of the party members.
Okay. Uh, so let's see what she's gonna do. So yeah, so she turns herself, you know, in a circle so that that she's facing you or can see you guys, and she kind of shifts this direction a little. You don't know she's getting into the clearing more, but she kind of and she wanders over there a little bit, and she's got her tail and it's like waving back and forth over her. She's like a cat, you know, just kind of in a stance. You can see her kind of get low and got her tail swinging about. Juku.
All right, so Juku is going to walk forward. Where's the distance? There it is. He's going to walk forward to there, and he is going to pull a potion out of his pouch.
I was gonna do the same.
And he is going to drink his potion of animal friendship, and then begin talking to the Stegosaurus, saying, "Fellow child of Ubtao, we mean you no harm. We are but travelers traveling through. We will not bother you, and we ask that you leave us in peace."
All right. Well, let's see. A Stegosaurus is a beast. So you chose a beast you can see within range. It must see and hear you. That shouldn't be a problem. Beast intelligence is 4 or higher. It is not. So he doesn't even have to, otherwise the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you. So does it come with a saving throw coded or?
It does not.
So I will roll a wisdom saving throw. Oops, the first one.
From the
Which
potion, the DC is 13.
Oh. So it makes it.
Oh, right, yep. Darn.
Well, you said the intelligence
Well-
was less than a 4 anyway, so it failed anyhow.
I can
No.
cast it at will for the next hour, so
You can try again next turn.
I'll
Choose
try
a
again
beast that
next
you
turn.
can see within range. It must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you. So it
Oh,
did
yeah.
succeed,
Okay.
yeah. So you see it just snorts at you. It's like, and it whacks its tail around a little aggressively. So you don't think you succeeded?
Oh well.
Gold pedal.
Well, I was gonna do the same thing, but shit.
Gorio are doing something for you in chat as well.
Yeah. So whatever you do, you're gonna have disadvantage on.
I
You
don't.
can.
I don't want to harm it. Not yet, because that's not something I would want to do. So I'm just gonna move here.
How are you moving? Are you like walking up like I'm king of the jungle, or what's your
Just,
attitude?
I'm trying to be very non-aggressive. So I guess I'm moving slowly.
So you're like, it's okay, big
Yeah.
dinosaur. It's
Yeah.
okay. So you're you're
Exactly.
you're you're trying to help Juku with calming it, and aren't you a druid? Don't
Mhm.
don't you have like something that helps with the small
Yeah.
animals though, right? Only is that?
Yeah. So I mean, I have
Well,
like
you're
I can
making
talk
squirrel
to
noises, and you're like,
animals. I have this racial trait. Um, I would just, I guess I'm talking to the Stegosaurus,
all
saying
right,
we
well,
don't intend to hurt you.
so that's pretty cool. So let's see.
That's all I've got. If we're trying
So,
to avoid fighting.
well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give her disadvantage on her charisma save against the potion next round because you're helping. Cool. Unfortunately, because Engorgio bought you a disadvantage, it's just gonna be a regular roll. You can thank Engorgio, unless somebody else comes up with another reason. Uh, and does anyone have a passive perception above a? Hold on one second. A 19.
Be impressed at level 1.
I have a 16, and I'm probably the highest.
All right, so
Maybe the same as the cleric.
and Gold Pedal starts off the next round, so you can flip Engorgio off, and you can try that again if you want, and give him advantage.
Sure, yeah, we'll use my speech of peace and leaf again, and I'm just soothingly talking to the dinosaur, almost like how a mom kind of talks to a newborn baby to calm it down. Shh, it's okay. We're not
Uh,
gonna hurt you.
you also, out of the corner of your eye, make out this creature over here, kind of behind a bush, and is watching you guys. It looks like a plant person. I don't know. It's got arms. It's got legs. It's got a like flowers like for ears. You think? Yeah, yeah. It's like it's pretty camouflaged. Whatever it is. It's like
Okay.
not predator as much, but planty.
All right. If I still have like a free action, I'll, I don't know, elbow Juku and point it out to him, and then that'll be my turn.
Cool. Tane.
Um, I stand at the ready still. If this thing comes, I'm gonna move up to there. I didn't see this thing in the bush yet, right?
You will as soon as you get around the corner. You passes over 12, right?
16.
Yeah. So as soon as you turn the corner, it looks like it's trying to hide, but it's not. It's behind like a palm tree or something.
Do I recognize what it is?
Give me a nature check.
Isn't he a guide to Chult?
That doesn't mean he recognizes every kind of creature that's on the whole
Sure.
peninsula of Chult.
Well, this was like my first attempt at a guiding mission. So
Your first one
I used to be
failed.
a- I
This
used to
is
be
your
a
second.
yeah, I used to be a
He's a
pack
newbie.
bearer.
I mean, you guys are first level, so I mean,
Uh-huh.
I know you guys fought in great wars and you defeated great enemies, but you're still only first level. you know.
Dragon.
I rolled it.
Yeah, I need
Still
to.
counts.
Still counts. Oh. I want an image of this thing. I'm gonna look for it. Folos. I like Folos guide.
That's my doggy.
So I don't know. You guys can let me know if you think your characters know what these guys are.
No clue.
I've never seen something like that, I assume.
Juku would assume that they're fellow children of Ubtao.
Probably. Everything in Chult is children
Everything
of
is a
Uptal.
child
So
of Ubtao.
he's like, another children of Uptal.
I have no idea, but I don't know if my nature check has an idea.
Your nature check says you think it's.
Are we seeing
Up.
that one or that
You're
one?
saying the humanoid looking one.
Okay,
It's right now.
that one.
You think it's a plant person. You've heard that there's plant people in the jungle. You just never met one.
Did I hear that they're aggressive or not?
You are pretty sure that once you leave the safety of the city, everything's aggressive.
Oh, great. So I ready if anything approaches me, if this thorny bush thing tries to attack me, I'm gonna throw a rock at it.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's ready to throw anything. He's kind of just watching you guys, and he's actually gonna. You see him like fade back like Homer Simpson does in the shrubs, you know, like. And he tries to fade out of sight, and he succeeds like Homer Simpson completely, as he fades back behind into the thick foliage behind him, and you don't see the bushes move or anything anymore, as he is totally gone from your vision and sound. Smedley.
Did I see the plant creature?
Uh,
Like, where I'm
no.
at? No, he's not in my line of. Oh,
Uh-uh.
it does
There's
show
a-
that he's in my line of sight, but I think that other tree there would probably be in my way.
Oh, well, I meant to turn him off, not turn him on. They're both hidden.
Ah, okay.
You can't see him.
Ah,
I don't
that
even
didn't-
see him at all. So
All right, I will continue to have a ready to action on that dinosaur should it get aggressive, and I'll wait for my companions to move.
Did you want to move anywhere, or are you okay where you're at?
Let's see. I will move up to the next bit of foliage.
Yeah, that's a little better foliage there. You feel a little more.
And
Concealed.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be stealthy or anymore. I'm just trying to kind of be semi-concealed. And oh boy.
So it kind of like stomps its feet and jumps towards you guys. Now I know a couple of you guys have some readied if it comes towards you guys, but it kind of stops, you know, like a dog does, and hops towards you, and stomps on the ground, and acts aggressively and whacks its tail on the ground a couple times. Like
Full
it's giving you
charge.
warning.
Can I
Definitely
exercise
giving
my
you
ready
warning.
action? Can I exercise my ready action? Just scream at it.
Well, your ready to action was if it moves closer to you, you're going to attack it, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I can't attack from this distance. I'm not gonna throw my hand axe.
You could
So
charge it and attack.
on your turn, you
Yeah.
can. I mean, you can yell at it. Yeah. I mean, if you want to like try to intimidate it, though, you can do that on your turn.
Okay.
If you just want to yell, that's fine. Ah!
Ah.
I had changed my ready to hit the thorny dude. So
So you can see that that she's like being giving you some warning, and she's got her tail all you know looks like she at any second she could just stomp it down on somebody that gets within range of her. So
I
Warwick,
look over work. I'm like, Warwick. It would be epic if you rode that thing.
So I look back at Tan and say, "Do you think it tastes like steaks? I'm really hungry."
Might be good. I heard Stegosaurus steaks are good.
the two up front are talking about murdering the Stegosaurus, and the two behind it are going, "It's a good boy. It's a good boy. Yeah, it's a good. It's
That's
okay."
what the Chinese people say to the dogs in the alleyway too. Just saying.
So
Right.
you can see the Stegosaurus's confusion, right?
So as he's trying to like charge and like intimidate, I'm gonna move up to here, and also stomp and clip my hand axe together, like trying to intimidate it back, like I'm bigger than you kind of thing.
All right, roll
Even though
your
I'm clearly not.
roll your intimidation.
Stand by.
I look back, I see the druid go, oh my gosh, what is this guy doing?
Yeah. Face palming.
You can clearly see Tane roll his eyes like, "Oh god."
He's 10 times bigger than you.
So
I'm sure you use strength.
Warwick
Might
comes
be Warwick.
Warwick comes running up and he roar. You see him like he like yells and he bangs his weapons together. Roar! And this thing looks like it like looks a little startled. It's like you see its eyes get big and it like leans away from him. It's like it's like you see it looking around nervously. Anything else?
Nah, I'm gonna wait to see the reaction. I'm gonna go ahead and can I go ahead and ready in case it attacks.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I kind of assumed that that's kind of what you were doing is your action.
Yeah, I'm just
trying
yeah.
to influence it. So I'm not gonna give you the ready. So you're gonna move up, Juku.
I'm going to move up and continue to speak soothingly at it. I can cast it at will for the next hour, so I'm going to try it again.
All right. So Warwick's yelling at the top of his lungs at it, and you're soothingly talking to it, trying to get over Warwick screaming and yelling, and it's looks. You see it like kind of bow its head down and lay its tail like gently onto the ground. It kind of and it sniffs towards you guys, and it backs up a little.
No. Tell Warwick and the others to back off. This child of Uptao means us no harm.
I look back and smile like I did it.
Well, you kind of helped. You think you did, anyways. So, are you guys gonna like just kind of go around it now and continue, or do you guys want to like go into the jungle and look for these thorny things?
I say
have
we
no
stay on the
interest
path
in-
and go around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no
say we
interest
go
in
around.
attacking anything that isn't aggressive to us.
Yes.
I'll go up and
I'm
pet
still
it and
thinking about
make sure
Stegosaurus
it's
Since
okay.
it's charmed
Just
by
stay on the
Juku, the only thing that will break the charm is if we do damage to it, as according
Yeah.
to your spell.
I mean, it's not gonna follow you though. I mean, it's still gonna just go do
Right.
its
No,
own
no,
thing.
no, no.
But
I
it's
don't
not gonna
expect it
attack
to
us.
follow us.
Yeah, no, it kind of goes back to what it was doing, and you just guys keep going.
I'm not sure y'all don't want any Stegosaurus steaks.
We just got rated by 6 viewers. Marbania. Thanks for the raid. What's up, guys? Starfinder, would you guys crash the ship already or something? I don't. It's 10:30. What the hell? They already crashed the ship. They're all dead. I don't know. All right, so you guys continue on moving through the jungle. You guys do feel like you've been followed by them Vegemites for a little while, but after about 20, 30 minutes, you don't sense them behind you anymore. They kind of outdistanced them or whatever. So as you guys travel, how are you guys gonna set up for the evening as the sun is getting close to going down? What's your first night in the jungle? How are you guys thinking of doing this? Set up tents?
Yeah, Warwick's gonna try
Yeah,
to get
we'll look
some food
for a
while I
clearing,
camp up.
like a little bit clearing off the path, a clearer area if we can find one. And when we find one, we'll set up tents and stuff.
Like I said, while they're setting up camp, Warwick's gonna go look for food, hunt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go forward too while they set up camp.
Also, with that wanderer, I retained the geographic layout of an area very, very well. And we retain terrain, settlements, and other features.
All right, so you guys, how come there's just this big huge blank at the top of the map? Where the layers are at, there's like 20 different empty lines, and everything's all crammed down at the bottom. It's weird. Oh, you just resize the map, and it all drops back up to the top. That's kind of weird. All right, so you guys, I'm gonna put you guys on a map, and Are you guys gonna do a fire?
Yeah.
Let's start a fire.
Mostly can't see.
So let me get a.
I do have torches in my pack. If
We need
Well,
fire to game meat if you're going hunting.
yes, I'd prefer to have a fire. The smoke puts bugs at bay.
And words bad things off.
Yeah, it helps the bugs a little. I would definitely say. I'm just setting up. Huh. I thought I had a campfire. I guess I don't. I'm just gonna use a fire. Let's see. Whoa, you get lost in Unity now and you do shit like that. Alright, this is good enough. Alright, so you guys set up camp, and I got the map for me for a minute, and then I'll push it to you guys. You guys set up camp in a little clearing in the dense jungle. The two of you guys kind of wander off to go start looking for something to eat. Quickly starts to get dark. I mean, really fast in the jungle. I mean, as soon as the sun starts to get into the canopy, it's dark. Because you guys
I
are
can cast
still.
light on any of your torches if you need it.
Yeah, you're still kind of under the canopy and stuff. So you get a fire going. It starts to rain a little, and there's like during the evening or during the early hours, there's like a mist that's blowing in. So it's just slightly raining with a mist, not enough to really affect your fire or anything, just enough to start to cool things down and keep the bugs going. And the two who's out scouting?
Smedley and
Warwick. Hey, Drake, just so you know, they're saying in the chat that the player volume is really low, but you're coming in pretty loud and clear. And the Sirenscape was kind of loud. FYI.
Cool, thank you. All right, I adjusted those both a little. Let's see how it works.
All right. And it was
The-
Warwick and
Smedley.
Smedley that were out foraging or hunting, both.
all right, so you guys kind of make your way over this way. You like come through the clearing, and you see that over there. It's like bugs and stinks, and you could smell it. And in the darkness, over there, you can see it moving around a little bit. Like you don't know if it's dead or alive.
I don't see anything, just so you know.
Oh, you can't see that? Oh, I
See a
got it.
No.
Stegosaurus in the combat tracker.
Hold on, I got the. Oh, let me get that out of the combat tracker. Thank you. I need to unmask.
Did
Ooh.
you do manual masking too, in
Yeah,
addition to line of sight?
just for this. So, wandering people like a gold pedal wouldn't see it too.
I was just looking around.
You said it was still moving, like moaning and
It,
stuff?
it doesn't make any moaning noise. You do hear some kind of noise, but you don't think it's a dinosaur making the noise, and it's wiggling.
Turn to Smedley. Should we check it out?
I think we should.
All
Beware of
right.
predators and scavengers. The body smells dead.
Yes. I'm going with the gaping hole that it's probably dead.
Well, as you guys start to get a little bit closer, like right about here, you're kind of creeping up to it a little bit.
Yep.
We have initiative. So this thing is a dead dinosaur, right? Or it appears to be. And it really stinks, right? I mean, you can smell it. You can tell that it's been eaten on, like something's been dragging parts of it away. And as you start to get a little closer, if you got a light source or whatever, you're kind of focusing the light source on it. And out of the abdominal cavity, a humanoid creature kind of crawls its way out, covered in its ichor and gore, and stands up and looks at you and goes, and it's covered in ichor and gore, and it sticks its tongue at you and says, it starts moving towards you.
Are we
Oh
still we're
dear.
going initiative order here? Because I know what I'm going to do. I mean,
Yeah, you guys rolled initiative.
You got to restart from the beginning. You never ended the previous combat.
I push initiative? I should have re-rolled it though.
It re-rolled it, but it kept, like, I still have initiative from last combat, even though I have a new initiative number. So you should just set it up to gold pedal or
like that. I'm sorry.
Well,
Started
Yeah.
at the top of the round. I got to start at the top
he's
of the
got
round.
it set up to where we can't see.
Yeah, no, the one of the creatures gets to go first. That's why. I just didn't have it at the top of the round,
One of.
and it's round
Spoiler alert.
1. So it gets up. It's got a dash to get to you guys. So that's what it does. So it dashes up to Medley, and you can see this thing. It's got claws. It's got big teeth. It's like, "Rah!" And it stinks all to heaven. You're like, oh god. It's got bits and pieces of gore hanging off of it. Gold Petal, there's some kind of commotion going on over in the bushes over there.
Can I hear it?
Yes, that's the only
Okay.
thing you can do at the moment is hear the commotion.
All right. I will move 30 feet, which is my movement speed.
See you, Jenkins. All right, so you should be able to see when you get over there, right?
Yes. Cool. I'm just gonna try to hit it with Thorn Whip, my cantrip.
Um, let's say you move to here, so you got a better line of sight.
Okay. Perfect.
Just kind of tucked under the bush there to get a better line of sight on it. And the thorn whip wraps around it. Let me show you the rest of the party what this is.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit that. And then that'll be my turn.
Although the one
personal
over
best
here
number one.
is covered in ichor and gore and guts and goo. Smedley. It's right in front of you. You're like, did you drag it? Do you get to drag it this round or?
Ooh.
Do I
Oh,
get
I
to what?
forgot about that.
I think it says you can. If it says
Right,
you
yeah.
can, then that's your choice.
If the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet. So yeah, I'll
It
move
doesn't
it.
even say you can. It says you do. You pull it. So.
Well, it says
Yeah, I would
up
just like to
to.
move it 5
Oh.
feet
0 is up
So
to.
so
you
that
just
it's right there.
so you just juke it over to here one square, like
Yeah.
kind of throw it
That
off
way
of
it works.
balance a
And
little
just
bit.
hit it. I always forget that about Thorn Whip. Okay, and
Uh,
then that's it.
so Smedley,
It is in my face.
you see the
But
vines on her thorn whip kind of dig into it a little bit, but it didn't really damage it too much.
I will draw both of my short swords.
It's your new personal best, though.
Yay, 1 damage.
Ah, you hit it.
And I will attempt to carve it up.
So you like jab your short sword into its rib cage. It howls out in pain. Looks down and pulls your short sword out of it. It's like,
That's okay. I have an offhand short sword as well. And I will, let's see.
oh, and you
Stab
jab it
with
in the
that
other
one.
side of its rib cage, like you stick it in, you twist it a little, and it's like it's twisting around, but its guts are kind of spilling out a little, but it's still got some fight in it.
That should have been slashing damage. I haven't finished setting up my offhand sword, but that's it for me this round. Actually, no, I'm gonna shift 1 square to the left to put the creature squarely between myself and the orc.
All right, we don't
And then
use
end
the
my turn.
flanking rolls, so
Okay, that's fine.
just pointing it out.
I wasn't
Tane.
sure.
Oops.
Sorry.
Do I hear? I'm sure I hear all this going on.
Oh yeah, you hear the commotion. You see Gold Petal. She moves over there rather quickly.
So I move up 30 to. And as a bonus action, I cast Magic Stone. Why can't I see now? What happened?
It's because there's terrain in your way. There's bushes. You can't see through the bushes.
See over here now. I can't suddenly. Okay, so then I won't move there because I was able to see it a second ago. So hold on. Can I see it from there?
Can you?
As a bonus, yes. As a bonus action, I cast Magic Stone and I throw a rock at it.
All right, so you're gonna have Oh, you throw a rock at the yeah. Roll the hit. Oh, nice hit. So it's like it's looking down at its two short sword wounds, and it looks up, and you hit it right in the head. It's like, dunk. It's like it staggers back a half a step or two. It's got a big gash in his head. His guts are spilling out. He's still stumbling around though. He's like, rah. And then from behind the carcass back there, another one pops his head up and comes scrambling towards you guys, climbing over the top of this thing. And Alt, damn it, they changed it. Let's see, I'm going to count it as difficult terrain, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. So it comes scrambling over and takes a claw attack on Warwick. He slashes at you with his claw. You dodge out of the way, like, yikes! You see these claws have like ichor and gore all over them. This thing's reeking too. It wasn't in its abdominal cavity, but it was up under it and eating part of its brain. So it's got bits and pieces of brain matter on its face and stuff. Juku.
All right. Juku's wondering how long they had to search through that thing's skull to find its brain. But
It's got brain skull, not brain matter. Skull. It's a lot of skull.
yeah, it's like what, walnut sized?
Yeah, the brain is walnut sized, but its skull is like this big, So it's like
All right. So I am
opening up
going
a coconut and finding a pea inside.
I am going to target number 10, and I am going to bring the wrath of Ubtao upon him using a sacred flame.
Oh, he fails. So that's gonna polish him off. How does that look on this ghoul as you sacred flame him?
So as Juku raises his shield, very briefly a image of a maze appears on the outer edge of his shield, and this blast of pure light comes down and hits this thing, melting its skin and melting its face and leaving just a charred husk of its corpse as it falls to the ground.
It's like my
Gross.
mouth. Just kind of piles up into a pile, and its skull goes thunk under the ground. Nice. Warwick.
So yeah, Warrior's gonna grab his great axe, and get ready to swing this thing around as he also screams and enters into a rage, furious rage. And take a good swing at this dude.
You see the veins in his
scratch
neck
him
popping out.
exactly. Gonna find the rage in my.
There you go. Bruh. He says, bruh.
And I got disadvantage because somebody bought it. Thanks, Ingorio.
Gorgio bought you disadvantage, and he gave you a magic
raged.
item? I don't know.
You rage twice, so you've got the rage effect twice on you.
And he dodged out of the way.
And with that, I'll just tell him a glorious death awaits you.
Gold pedal. What are you going to say, Buck?
Oh, no, it's looking.
I will just step over a little to my left.
Get a nice line of sight on it.
Yes, and Thorn Whip
I guess I could identify
the
it
creature.
now that you've seen it. It is a ghoul.
Oh my god. Fucking ones. Sorry.
All right.
Excuse my
So you like scratch it again, or you scratch this one. You scratch the other
I
one.
will pull it.
Pull it back over here. Yes. No.
Also.
10 feet.
Do you want me to pull it all 10 feet?
Yeah. Because
Okay,
I'm
alright.
going to try to kill it.
Alrighty. And that will be my turn.
I run up 20, yelling, casting Shillelagh as a bonus action, and I whack it with my club. Drop the stones, draw my club, and whack it in the head.
And that's a hit. So you like hit it in the mouth, like pop with your thing, and bust a couple of its teeth out. It's like Smedley.
Did we skip past Tane?
He just
That
went.
was
No,
that was his turn. Sorry. Brain fart. Mental flatulence. All right, let's light this guy up.
Mental flatulence. I'm gonna have to put that in my book. You guys, oh, we got a miss. So he like twists around and you miss him and doesn't miss the second one as you come around with the weaker hand and jab that slices the other side open. Oh, maximum
Yeah,
damage with it.
nice. I'm happy with that. And I
You like
will
slice him in the neck a
shuffle
little.
over there. Yeah, because I don't want him to get away.
Oh man, the air
So
over here is just breathtaking rank. I mean, it's there's bugs and fly. You're like, oh, as you move in, all these bugs are flying around you. You're like, oh, you're not sure that was the best idea. You think it to yourself. Warwick,
Yeah, Wars bring that great axe around
and connect with it. Shot
and
right
make
into its
contact.
chest. You like put your foot up on its chest. You pull your axe out. It's got like two ribs stuck to it. You like, and he goes, and his whole rib cage opens up, and his organs just spill out onto the ground in front of you. They're all like
And then
rotted and decayed.
I just yell glorious and rip my axe back out.
And then when you look down, you see like falling off of it is a little pouch. Ching, and it makes a little like a little stone on stone noise as it hits the ground.
Yeah, I'm curious.
And we're out of combat.
I'll pick up the pouch, see what's in it.
So let me unlock the tokens, take you guys out of combat. And you pick up the pouch, and it's got gems in it.
move away
Nice.
from that dead
Yeah,
body.
there's some gems. Yeah, you guys make your way back over to the camp over here, where it's the air is much fresher, the wind is blowing uh, the other way, and check out these gems. You open up the pouch and pour these out, and there's some nice gems. There are 5 of them.
Sweet.
Convenient.
What's convenience, right?
Right? How convenient is that? There's 5 10 gold piece gems.
Sweet.
What are you guys doing with the stuff in the party sheet, though? You guys, I'm assuming you guys left it, right? The the studded leather, the tabard, and the cracked skull.
I don't think the tabard wasn't in serviceable condition. Could it have been mended?
Yeah. It's
I didn't want
faded
any.
though.
Yeah, if you had a
I don't know
wizard,
if you
it's
can
mending.
mend faded and sun bleached. I don't know if you can mend that. You can fix the tears in it.
Yeah, I got mending. We can fix them all up
So if you guys want
eventually.
anything, take it out of the party sheet, or I'm going to delete it. Let's put it that way. That usually gets a response.
Yeah, but Smedley.
Huh?
Nothing. Send in private message. Sorry.
There's 4 more gems.
Yeah, I hand one out to everybody.
So everybody get your
Are we
I
gems.
do
doing the
not
sell
want
off
one.
stuff in party sheet, or are we doing the find some place before you can sell it?
Find some place before you can sell it.
Gold Petal is not interested.
Yeah, I'm not
in
using Vex's loot, which that's what I was using. It was just gold.
All
But
right.
No one else wants to hold on to the additional one that Gold Puddle
I'm
doesn't
gonna
want.
keep the
I'll take
set
it.
of studded leather. And in fact, I'm
yeah,
going to.
encumbrance rules are in effect. So if you go over your encumbrance, then you will reap the rewards. But we're not playing the variant encumbrance rules, just the standard. So whatever's on your character sheet is accurate.
Juku, you can
don't-
have my Gold Petal gives you her gem. She doesn't want it. That's in payment for the potion.
Other than the dead dinosaur, did we actually find anything on our hunt, like food wise?
Well, you kind of just got started, so.
Okay.
Why is there still 3 gems in there? You guys
Oh,
just,
I haven't taken one yet.
you
I
guys
took one.
just gonna leave
Take
them?
another one, Juku. Gold
All
Petal
right,
gives you
gotcha.
her gem.
And who's the last
Got
one?
it.
Probably Tane.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's away
Tane
from
would be
this.
the last.
Yeah, I'm here. I have my gun.
Grab that gem and I'll delete the rest of the stuff. Unless you guys want it for any reason. And one last thing before we get off the table. Level up. Woo!
Nice.
You guys are now level 2.
I'm twice as powerful as I was at the beginning of the session.
Right. Only time people say that, right?
So as you guys are looking at your characters and leveling them up, we got about 5 more minutes if everyone's okay. We'll finish up here. You guys finish the evening. You're successful in finding food, so you don't have to burn a ration. It is raining enough that you guys can get enough water for tomorrow that you won't have to use your water skins, or you fill up your water skins anyways. And after about almost another full day of travel, you guys smell smoke. Uh, and the first thing you guys notice is the smell of smoke, and then you start hearing like an odd noise, a voice here and there, as you guys are moving through the jungle. And up ahead, you come out into a big clearing, and you see a massive fort built in the jungle. Uh-oh, who's giving me errors? Token stacking? Something, I don't know. And in the clearing is a massive fort. Uh, and above the fort, you see a flag flying that you guys all recognize as the Flaming Fists. This is flying over the fort. And I am going to push you a map and put you guys on it real quick. So the flag of Baldur's Gate Flaming Fist flies over this wooden stockade. The whole structure sits atop a 10-foot hillock, the sides of which are shaved vertically to make them steep and difficult to climb. The fort's main gate faces west, so you can kind of see it over here, sorta. On the east side of the stockade, a tall keep holds a commanding view of the surrounding wilderness. So you can't really see it on this map, but sticking up above the walls and stuff is a like the top of a keep. There's you see movement and men moving about up there and on the walls of this wooden fort that's in the cut in the middle of the jungle. You can see lots of trees have been cut down to build this, and pretty much everything all the way around it. And and you guys have arrived. What a couple of you would know as Fort Balerion. So that gives you guys a location of where you're at. And I'm going to push you your map. As I'm going to put you at Fort Balerion, which is right here.
Ah, we're not too far.
Everybody got that map okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, you guys came ashore like right down here somewhere. So a couple days travel, you made it to Fort Balerion. And that's where we're going to stop for the evening. As you guys get to somewhat kind of a civilization, at least it appears so. Not sure if they're going to let you in or not, but that's where we're going to stop. Any last comments, players?
Yeah, I do have a question on leveling though.
Let me get the stream ended, then I'll come back and help you. How's that? I'll leave the table
Perfect.
up. All right, I'm going to say bye to the stream. Let's see if there's anybody we can raid real quick. Let me get the. It's just Rob streaming, and he's getting ready to end like clockwork. So I'm just gonna go to the shutdown. Do my outro. All right, say bye, everybody. See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
So
Bye.
Bye.
tomorrow night over on Rob's channel, I'll be streaming Icewind Dale. I'll be running DMing Icewind Dale. A few of the players here, and then Tuesday back on this channel, Call from the Deep, session 41. That's going to be a good one too. So we'll see you guys around.